You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. To be great. Welcome to the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, where we are in the Influencer Invitational Day number 2, and today 12 teams are going to fight with each other to be in the battle of this beautiful game.
Well, as we talk about the Influencer Invitational, yesterday we had amazing fun-filled clash cards coming in with all the teams taking home somewhere 20,000, and not all the teams, the winner of each and every clash card taking home 20k. And today we are back with another prize pool, but let's see it will be popping up on our screen. Joining us on the desk will be Mrudul Kapoor and Red Cape, and we'll be the host for today, and we'll be taking you towards this matches, and we'll be your storytellers for today. At the same time, as we talk about the season 2, as the title itself is Free Fire Pro Series, where all the pros have been contesting and they have finally made it to the finals. But before the finals comes in, let's talk about the prize pool for today. And 12 teams will be fighting it out for the classic matches of Free Fire in the map of Kalahari and Bermuda. Let's look up on the prize pool, and I'm pretty much sure it's going to be a higher prize pool than compared to yesterday. And it's popping up on our screens, and it's going to be a huge amount of rupees, 1.8 lakhs. That's 1,80,000 prize pool.
1,80,000 rupees to fight for. Well, that's a big prize pool on stake. And now we are going to take a look on the distribution of this prize pool, where the first placing team and the second placing team and the third placing team will be having a good share. And yes, here you have the amount. The first placing team will be taking home 50,000 rupees as soon as we witness the overall standings today. Second placing team will be taking 30,000, and the third place 25,000.
Well, fourth with 20, fifth with 15, and sixth with 10, and eventually it goes on down. And it's time to look up onto the teams that will be joining us, the influencer teams that will be joining us for this match. On the first page is going to be DSG Army, Action Bolt, ZZ Army, Lokesh Gamer, Gaming Tamizhanl, and PVS Gaming. These are going to be the 6 teams of the 12 teams that we are looking at. And coming to the second page, it's going to be Badge 99 Esports, Dev Alone, Gaming with Kutty Gokul, Antaryami Esports, Hello Telugu Gamers, and last but not the least, Alpha Free Fire.
Yeah, these are going to be the 12 teams today that are going to fight in the Kalahari and the Bermuda matches. Well, I think we have a change today that will be starting off with Kalahari and ending with Bermuda.
Well, not sure how the schedule will be, but we'll be having the schedule also popping up on our screens in a few seconds. But if you're joining us for the first time, do not forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button on the Snapdragon Conquest pages, and follow them on all the socials. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and this is live streamed on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Also, it's time to look up on the schedule, and as we talk about the schedule, yes, as you said, it's going to the first match in the map of Kalahari, then Bermuda, then Kalahari, then Bermuda, and then again Kalahari and Bermuda. 6 matches overall. Let's see how it turns out, which teams will be taking home. There will be segments also coming in where we can be seeing players like the Best Player Awards, we'll be seeing match highlights and everything. Let's see how the day turns out, because all these teams are contesting for a huge prize pool at this moment.
Well, I think we have made our predictions before the day, but we don't know how they have performed because they are invited, right? And they haven't been playing. We know PVS Gaming, we know their gameplay. Yesterday we saw Action Bolt, they had 3 players from TSM FTX. Well, TSM FTX couldn't qualify. Well, that's a different thing, but yeah. Those are the star players, right? And playing in the star player teams, playing in the influencer teams, let's see how they perform.
Well, TSM FTX did not make it towards the finals, but eventually they have the way to crawl back. Not to crawl back, actually, to make a stance for them, make the stance for them in this match, and playing for the side of Action Bolt. But today, will they be changing the teams? Because all these influencers have a lot of connections out there. They know a lot of players. So eventually, it's up to them to which players will be joining them. And we'll be knowing it as the first match will be commencing in a few seconds, in a few moments from now. And at the same time, as we talk about the Influencer Invitational, you can find all these influencers on Instagram as well as the YouTube. If you had checked out the matches yesterday, there were their Instagrams and YouTube handles given at the same time. You could go there, follow them, show them the support that they need. Also, if you're in the chat section, make sure to tell your team names, like to not even spam. I don't want you to spam the
just
team.
Support your team.
Just show the support to your team, so showing that you are a part of them, and let them know that you are here to support them by just letting your team names in the chat section.
Definitely, you have to support your teams, but also talking about the Poco X3 Pro. A gaming beast?
Well, a gaming beast under 18, 999. That's up to 1899, and comes up to say that
starting
it fits
from
it fits in your budget easily. And with a 48 megapixel camera, 120 Hz screen, 5000 plus mAh battery, and a 33 watt fast charging coming in. What more do you need? And a liquid cooling with a 860 processor, Snapdragon 860 processor coming in. So you have this 2 color variants. That's going to be blue and black. Personally, black is my favorite best. No, black was Arca's, blue is mine. Sorry, my mistake.
You forgot your best.
Yeah, I forgot it because somewhere it was always onto the other side, and I used to know that the blue was on the other side.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the sides have
Yeah, the sides have
the
changed at this
sides have
moment.
changed. That is the main reason. But also talking about one more thing, that the Poco X3 Pro starts from 1899, available on the Flipkart and your nearest Poco stores. But the Snapdragon Insider community, to be a part of that, you have to go on your browser, just search for hashtag Snapdragon Insiders and sign up for the community, because you'll be getting the latest updates for the processors, the chipsets, and each and everything coming from the side of Snapdragon, Qualcomm Snapdragon. Also, the latest phones. If you have some eyes on a different phone, might be a new phone, a new model of that similar phone is going to come. So you'll be getting
Or
the
maybe
latest
an
updates for
upgrade.
that, and also the quizzes and
The contests
The
happening at the
contest,
same
yeah.
time. So if you're looking to buy a phone that's fitting in your budget, just make sure to look up to Snapdragon Insiders
Yeah.
so that you do not miss out on latest phone. A new phone with much more specifics and updates might be coming out much sooner than you expect, and you get the information beforehand on Snapdragon Insiders. You can be one of those geeks where you can boast about all the knowledge you have gained
Definitely.
and then be one stand amongst your friends, and that's one of the perks that you get with being a part of the Snapdragon Insider community. And if you're good at photography too, make sure to post some of the threads. I'm active there. You can find me also there on the Snapdragon Insiders community on the photography threads. At the same time, coming back, this is all happening because of the Snapdragon Conquest coming in again with the season 2. They had a season 1 which was spectacular, which ended up with 4 unknown being
Four
the
unknown being the
champions,
winners.
and this time they have also qualified to the finals again. Let's see if they are able to defend that championship title,
Yes.
or if some other squad or other team is going to take home that title. And there will be much more series coming out in the coming up in the further days, and let's see if it's going to be an open tournament again, because it's most likely going to be an open tournament.
Yeah, well, it was an open tournament at the season number 1, but in season number 2, these 24 invited teams have fought along in 3 weeks.
Well, I don't think this 24
24,
teams.
it was
no,
24.
it was a 24 teams, but
Yeah.
not all the 24 teams were in season 1. There were
Yeah,
like around
exactly.
18 to 12 to 18 teams that were a part of season 1. But when
Right.
it came to season 2, we had few new names coming up.
Yeah.
Teams like Tamizhanl, TSM, FTX,
Exactly.
and furthermore, so you know how the gameplay keeps on changing and how new teams are being formed up, how new
Right.
talents come out each day, and Snapdragon is making a platform for you where you can shine out, stand amongst all the other players at this moment.
Well, I think talking about today, we have these 12 teams lined up, these influencers being invited in this tournament, and this was a segment no one knew about. A good surprise on
Well,
the
yeah.
side of Snapdragon, and then what we have to do is do the casting for you and just make you enjoy some more days, because it was a great gap between the finals, and you have to cover it up, right?
Well, yeah, obviously, because the wild cards ended on Wednesday, and now the finals is going to start on the next
week.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So all you need to had to wait for almost a week and a half. So
Yeah.
Snapdragon was like, it's a very huge gap. Let's bring in something for the
Yeah.
viewers and all the Free Fire community people out there. And yeah, they popped up with the Influencer Invitational yesterday. It was a huge support coming
Yeah.
in, and I saw that people were active in the chat section. They
Right.
were just supporting their team, and that's what comes up to show that you are an active part of the community. You love the game with whole heart, and you are there to show full support to your team whenever they need at the same time.
Exactly, because if you show your love and support for your team, they also come to the chats, they also witness their gameplay, what mistakes they have done. But at that moment, if they see that hearts are being spammed for them, not being spammed, or just with their team name, someone is here to support, so they feel good, they feel really, really good. Even also talking about the star teams, we have like teams like TSG Army, we have Dev Alone, we have Lokesh Gamer,
Antaryami. also.
Antaryami.
So teams, new teams.
Even the casters, our favorite Telugu and the Tamil casters are also playing. PVS Gaming, Gaming with
HTG.
Tamizhanl.
HTG.
HTG, hello Telugu
Telugu
gamers.
gamers. Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
These
everyone-
are the teams, right?
Everyone joining us, and everyone wants to be a part of the action. Let's see if these teams are able to take it home, because PVS coming in with an extraordinary gameplay in the wild cards, in the influential Invitational day
Invitational.
1. So let's see how the day 2 goes on from the side,
yeah.
and if they are able to get multiple booyahs in the name and make it to the top as they did in the wild cards itself.
Well, I think yesterday their performance was really amazing. But also talking about the day, the first match was in the hands of Gaming Tamizhanl. So that was a great start. It was only match that went into a 7-1, or I think the last
The
match
last
was
match
also
also was
7-1.
7-1. That was
Yeah.
between Team TSG Army and
the
Lokesh
Lokesh Gamer, the highlight match we talked about, right? Between
Well-
that, it was like 29 minutes of
29
action.
minutes every match. That
Yeah.
was long matches coming out. It's
Long
almost
matches.
as long as a classic match.
More than classic.
So yeah, it's time to look upon the matchup of the first match, if I'm correct. But Let's see if the matchup comes out. Yeah, the matchup is going to come up for the first match. And as we know,
All
it's
the
going to
12
be the
teams.
same 12 teams, 12 invited influencer teams. And let's look up on to the teams that will be joining us once again before we step into the next match. And the match is going to be held on the map of Kalahari. And as we look up onto the teams, it's going to be Team GG Army, Gaming Tamizhanl, FF Antaryami, Batch 99 Esports, Action Bolt Gaming, and Kutty Gokul on the first page.
Well, talking about the second page, we are going to have some big names like TSG Army, Lokesh Gamer, and
PVS.
also talking about PVS Gaming. These are going to be the names, but yesterday, Gaming Tamizhanl and Action Bolt were really amazing with their power. Also talking about Alpha Free Fire, you have Hello Telugu Gamers, and we talked about the other names. Yeah, they will own TSG Army and Lokesh Gamer.
Well, so these are the teams that will be playing in the match number 1. That's going to be Kalahari coming in, and it's all up to them how they will perform. If they are keeping up the consistency from the match 1 itself, they might make it with multiple booyahs. The teams with the multiple booyahs might not be the ones who's standing on the top of the end of the day, because each kill points matter. As you remember it, we had the points distribution where every booyah will get you 20 points, but at the same time, every kill is gonna guarantee you 2 points at the same time. So if you get 10 kills, it's already a booyah registered in your name, and when you get 10 kills, it's very much probable that you are in the top 5 already. So somewhere you have that position points also in the sand. If you get a booyah with 1 or 2 kills, it won't matter for you. But it's time to look upon the caster prediction for the first match. As we look upon to the Hindi desk, we have a difference of opinion coming in from Masab, who wants to go in for TSG Army, and Oro going in with previous gaming. At the same time, Tamil and the Telugu desk also going in with the previous gaming. I'm going in for FF Antaryami. You're going with Gaming Tamizhanl. So I think the majority supports previous gaming at this moment.
Well, I think Oro going for previous gaming, and the Southern Power, the Tamil and the Telugu desk, all the forecasters going for the previous gaming team. I think the support is going to be immense.
Well, obviously, because when it comes to the map of Kalahari, PVS does have an upper hand. So if they are able to execute it, other than teams like Total Gaming or team
Kemin
like
Esports.
4 Unknown or Kemin Esports not being there at this moment, or Blind Esports not being there, so it has an upper hand when it comes to PVS gaming. But also coming to the new teams from the influencers side, let's see how the game goes on and which will be the players that will be joining us for this match from the particular influencers side. And if the team has strong names coming up, like we had Ginotra playing yesterday. Yeah, we had Ginotra playing in for some other players. I think that was some of the team, but if you do not remember like me, you just need to go into the highlights of the day. You can find the highlights on the Snapdragon Conquest YouTube channel, and that's how you keep on memorizing things and know who won the match and how the match went.
Well, now it is the time that we witnessed the Kalahari game, but before that, we do know how Kalahari is strategized for. We haven't seen the gameplay from these teams because they were not there in the pro teams invited, right? So yes, this is the time for the matchup. The first game is going to come in front of our screens, and that is going to be, we have our eyes on Ava ES Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series Influencer Invitational day number 2, the classic mode matches, and the match number 1 beginning off on the Kalahari.
As we look onto the flight path, starting off at Mammoth, going in towards Shrines and ending off at going in towards Refinery and ending off at Shrines. It's going to be a centered flight path, giving an advantage to the side of TSG Army with the blue zone formed over at sub. No other teams nearby. It's going to be the first fight between HTG, and there's one more team that's going to be team number 8 at Mammoth contesting it out. And looking at the side of Shrines, there are going to be multiple teams. At Council Hall, I see 3 teams going in. That's going to be Kutty Gokul, team ALF, and team number 4, that's going to be Dev alone. I think that's team number 5, or some of the team is there. There's 3 teams at the moment.
99.
Batch 99 versus Lokesh Gamer right now at Shrines, and it's going to be Ezio, the first player getting knocked out. A trade coming in from the side of Vishal. Vishal gets a knock on to Namikaze. Ezio has been finished off. Aimbot has been knocked out at this moment. It's going to be an early skirmishes coming in for all of the squads out there. It's going to be Batch 99 with the multiple kills at the hand at the moment. As we look, Namikaze has been finished off at this moment. The last player standing for the side of team Lokesh Gamer is still alive, and I think he's somewhere far away and will be running off for his life. But no, it's going to be Shivam just holding out in a few moments as of now.
Well, I think only one player is going to survive from Lokesh Gamer, and yes, it is going to be Shivam, while one of the players from Badge 99 was also finished. So yeah, one loss is going to be a big one for Badge 99, even if they acquired 4 kills on Team Lokesh Gamer and they eliminate them at the 12th position. So for Lokesh Gamer, it's a pretty bad start. But
Well, one
you
man
just have to start, right, to be great.
Yeah, one man can make all the difference, but let's see if he is going to be the one man standing from the side of Lokesh Gamer who will make the difference for his team. As Kutty Gokul Spidey is at a very low HP, it's going to be team Dave alone surrounding them. At the same time, that's going to be ALF, that's Alpha Free Fire, the side of Alpha Free Fire just holding it out, and KG, that's Kutty Gokul, have already lost two of the players, that's Impost and Tempesta. Meanwhile, Dave has also suffered, Dave alone has also suffered the death of two players, that's going to be Sufyan and Ribo, and I think all the players, all the teams that landed off at Council Hall have lost two of the players already. It's going to be Lokesh Gamer getting finished off at the 12th place, getting an early elimination and leaving the match pretty much quicker than I expected at this moment.
Well, I think now one more fight is going to start between Team AY and the War God Neko getting confirmed. Antaryami Esports. Yeah, that was Antaryami Esports. But you predicted it right. But okay. No, we have team number 4 coming up in the city with all the 4 players surviving. So I think so. Team number 5 and team number 6 had a fight with each other. That was Dave alone and team Kutty Gokul. While team number 4 was just holding the edge of the city. So they are here for a third party.
Well, it's possible. It's very much possible that team number 4 will try and take the advantage of the situation as we talk about team ALF. Okay, ALF has all 4 players alive. I thought they were just not visible in that small mini map I was looking at. So I thought that 2 of the players must have paid the price for pushing onto the side of Dave alone and Kutty Gokul. But the location that Spidey has held at this moment is gonna give him a bit of disadvantage because holding at that small compound, being surrounded between 2 teams, one of the teams is eventually gonna come in when they are gonna take the damage. But coming back to the side of HTG, Ojasvi is very much out in the open, takes some damage, pops up but is able to trade the fire and gets 2 knocks out of HTG. Ritik comes in from the back, gets us backstabs the side of team Hello Telugu Gamers, and he's gonna confirm a kill onto the side of Hello Telugu Gamers. It's going to be Ojasvi trying to take the prize for pouring lead onto him. He's gonna be like, how can you do that to me when I'm running out in the open without any cover? And that's not fair, but I'll show you what's fair at this moment. All the 4 players of team HTG gets that revive and back on the field, but it's going to be a nade coming in from the side of Yuhan, taking down A35 and Teja at this moment as Sniper is trying to hold back Ritik. Ritik getting finished off. Is gonna give the advantage to the side of HTG, but no, it's going to be HTG paying the prize, and that's going to be TSG putting an end to the side of Hello Telugu Gamers.
Well, Vihan did manage to get 1 kill from the grenade, 2 kills from the weapon. He's already known for the Max 7 he always has in his hands. But Ritik got the first opening for the team, right? That was from the sniper, the MA2B, and that was a great shot. But still, he won't be finished from the side of Hello Telugu Gamers as they have a loss from on their side. Now talking about Team PVS Gaming, they are on to their usual drop of the Mammoth, but now they also spot one of the players in the open, and they would be firing some shots on them so that they can get a kill.
Well, it's going to be TSG suffering right now at the hands of PVS, and Shiv wants to go in for the push, but he's still just a bit more skeptical as PVS Gaming comes out in the open, gets tagged on at this moment. They are trying to enter into the blue zone where TSG had already the advantage of the sub. Eventually, they'll have to fall back and regroup with the team. While regrouping, will TSG be able to make back into cover as shots are being fired from the side of Nubita and PVS Gaming. Meanwhile, it's going to be Legend who's just gonna wait it out and spots a player out in the open. A glue wall being popped up in front of him. Both the damages dealt equally onto both the sides. Meanwhile, it's going to be Shift taking down a knock onto the side of TSG. Ojasvi is knocked out at this moment. Vihan is going for that revive, and the revive comes in, and a glue wall being popped up from the side of TSG is gonna give them the advantage at this moment. Meanwhile, UAV has been summoned by one of the teams. I can see it flying somewhere right there, and Shiv wants to go in for the push from an off angle, but will he be able to execute it as Nobita is trying to give the team the backup that it needs? It's going to be PVS Gaming on the top of sub with an off angle advantage. He is at a very close range, but will he be able to pull off this 1v3 as PVS has to be really careful because if he gets taken down, that's going to be the starting of the end for team PVS Gaming at this moment. When we look on to Ojasvi, Vihan is right now inside. Rohit cooks up a grenade. He's waiting for the grenade to go in, and it's going to be Vihan who will be paying the price if he does not watch out for the grenade, but Rohit decides not to pop it out and just hold it for a bit more while.
Well, I think PVS is going to have a lot of changes in their squad. Meanwhile, also talking about TSG, they have replaced Sasuke with TSG Ritik, right? So that's also a good change because he's one of the main influencers for TSG Army and joining today in the classic matches. Well, I think it is going to have a lot of move. But TSM, TSG and
that's
PVS.
Going to be Action Bolt.
Action Bolt. Team Action Bolt joining in here, and yes, it is going to be 3 players from TSM and the man himself, Action Bolt.
Okay.
So Talking about PVS Gaming, he is right now having the hands on his grenade, but no, okay. The one grenade he had, he switched over to Shiv because might be Shiv is one of the good grenadiers from the side of Team PVS Gaming. Talking about Team Action Bolt, they're just holding their spots, having the Paraphels, VSS, and the Kingfishers or the AC-80s, but PVS Gaming, TSO just we get taken down as Shiv also gets a knock on Vihan. Now two players getting out of the game. Legend makes a knock on Rohit, but no, Legend, it's not too late as he gets a knock on PVS Gaming. So two players getting taken down. Now it's a 1 versus 2 fight, but one player getting picked up. Legend is really low on HP as Shiv is firing the shots from his AC-80. Meanwhile, Lovita just rushing with his MP40 will be taking down the last kill, the last frag on TSG Legend, and with that, Team TSG is getting eliminated at the 10th position.
But PVS gonna pay a price at the loss of PVS Gaming being finished off early, and it's going to be a bit difficult for them as TSM is just waiting there at the right moment, and they're gonna take the advantage of the situation as nades are being cooked in from the side of Action Bolt, and the nade goes in, can do a bit of damage if Team PVS is not that active at this moment, but a landmine being spotted on from the side of TSM. They took it down at the moment. They do not want any casualties coming in. They want all the 4 players alive, and it's going to be Nubita paying the price as Action Bolt comes in with the VSS, gets a knock onto him. It's going to be Rohit. The last player standing for the team PVS is going to be Shiv, and he gets spotted on, but he's trying to run away at this moment. And will Team Action Bolt let him run away at this moment is the question, is the $1 million question, and yes, he's able to make it away from the side of subs.
Well, I think PVS Gaming is known for the third parties, and they did manage to get some third party shots on TSG. Even Action Bolt came in, but they just fall back, right? Team Action Bolt was in the angle of PVS Gaming and TSG because after PVS had a fight in the early fights, TSG was just making a rotation, but they just caught them in the open and like eliminated them at the 10th spot. So it was like, you are making rotation, just come to us, we'll eliminate you. Meanwhile, talking about Bash 99, they have also lost one of their players, that is going to be Namikaze, and now they are having a fight, a 3 versus 4 fight against Alpha Free Fire, but no, Rishabh spot in the open will be confirmed by Freak through that Kingfisher, and yes, the third kill coming up for Freak. Already 6 kills in their hands now. It's a 3 versus 2 or a 3. Yeah, it's a 3 versus 2 between Bash 99 and Alpha Free Fire.
Well, Alpha Free Fire with Yash holding an off angle might give the advantage to the side, but Nadeem is just waiting it out. He knows that there's a player coming up in front of him. Nadeem tries to regroup with his teammate, gets knocked out. It's good with Divyansh
no.
giving the backup for his team at the same time, and it's going to be Yash, the last player, getting spotted off at this moment from the side of Divyansh. Divyansh trying to take in that knock, and he will be healing up to his full potential before going in for the push onto the side of B99, but B99 will not be holding it back as they are making their way eventually. Nadeem gets taken down. The last player will be actually be taking damages from the zone. At the same time, the nades being popped up from Divyansh. They are making sure to make their way into the zone rather than stay it out in the open. It's going to be the second zone forming up, second zone closing in, and the third zone forming up any moment right now as Yash will be the last player standing and eventually be taking the zone damage, and he just has 1 first aid remaining. So that comes up to say that Yash will be giving out his life outside the zone, and that might be the end for the side of Alpha Free Fire.
Well, I think he's going for a long rotation because it's still the second zone, right?
Well, I think he might be going for the launchers.
Yeah, might be for the launchers because Kalahari is also present with a good amount of launchers in the hands. Meanwhile, talking about Team FF Antaryami, it's FF Antaryami. FF Antaryami engaging in the fight against Team GZ Army. Already War God Nico is confirmed. So yes, this was one of the players engaged in the fight between Dave alone and the other team in the start. So he also got taken out. Meanwhile, talking about Team GZ Army, Promit gets a knock on one of the players from FF Antaryami. That is going to be Antaryami itself. No, it's going to be Beast getting taken on, but he was revived from FF Antaryami. Meanwhile, talking about team number 7 here for a third party. Oh no, not team number 7. It is indeed Team GZ Army, but I think we had an angle on one of the green color teams. Okay, Alpha Free Fire. Yes, getting spotted down by Divyansh. So that was not a big rotation. He was trying to go just for a small angle change, but yeah, he was caught off by Divyansh in the open, and he would be confirmed at the 9th place. So yes, an elimination for team number at the 9th position. Meanwhile, talking about this frag, Promit is not stopping. Even if it's another weapon, even if it's VSS, he's just trying to take down the players back to back.
Well, it's going to be FF Antaryami, the last player standing for his team, I guess. I think there's a back rotation coming in from the side of team number 6, which team GZ Army has to be really careful about. Antaryami trying to just hold it out for a bit more while, and it's going to be AY. Antaryami, no, all the 4 players are still alive, and Vishwesh are trying to go in a bit more far. They are trying to leave the area. It's going to be Rahul OP coming in for the push onto the side of Antaryami. A nade being cooked off at this moment. Can take down two of the players. It's going to be Rahul OP getting finished off at this moment from the side of team number 7 that was just in front of us. What was the name of the team?
GZ Army.
GZ Army, right? GZ
Oh
Army.
no!
But
own
landmine takes down a player from the side of Antaryami, and Beast has been finished off at this moment. And it's going to be up to Vishwesh, Buddy, and Antaryami to pull off this match in the hands. As next, the CM from the side of GZ Army is still holding on. Prometh is at an off angle. He's trying to land some shots onto him. He's going for a longer rotation towards the side of the zone, and that's somewhat viable decision coming in from the side of Team GZ Army.
Well, I think that is a good decision indeed. But meanwhile, CM coming in the open. Oh, that grenade is going to do a lot of damage. Okay, it was a 40 HP damage on CM. But yeah, as we talk about, I was talking about this team. Dave alone getting eliminated as Lord Raj got covered up from the zone, and he was making a big rotation that didn't work out for them. Third party coming in from team number 8, and now Vishesh is going to be the last player surviving out of nowhere. FF Antaryami was not expecting it, but we have Gaming Tamizhanl coming up for the frags as GZ Army gets eliminated at the 7th position by their side.
They know that the last player from Antaryami is alive, and it's going to be Beast taking down the last player standing for the side of Antaryami. And Antaryami getting finished off at the 6th position is gonna give them put them a big back, give them a bit of setback. But at the same time, as we talk about Gaming Tamizhanl holding on to Refinery, nearby Refinery, and with 4 kills are right now looking strong with the position, but with the maximum number of kills right now in the hands, it's going to be B99, that's going to be Batch 99 with 8 kills already executed, and they'll have to make it towards the way into the zone. As we talk about the remaining teams, it's going to be Kutty Gokul versus Batch 99 versus PVS versus Action Bolt, and the last but not the least, it's going to be Gaming Tamizhanl, and at the same time, it's going to be TSM FTX. That's going to be Action Bolt spotting Gaming Tamizhanl in the zone, and they will be eventually making it to the zone as B99, Batch 99 tries to take down a player who was trying to go out in the open in the vehicle. It's going to be Kutty Gokul, 2 players from the side of Kutty Gokul who wanted to go in with the vehicles and into the zone. Meanwhile, they'll have to be really careful about the last player standing from PVS who's outside the zone and eventually will be making it in or trying to take down multiple players. At the same time, Gaming Tamizhanl has the higher advantage. They're gonna take the full advantage of the altitude they have already set in front of them, and it's going to be Tinks landing some shots with the AK, trying to get some knock onto him, and Mahesh Gaming from the side of Total Gaming, from the side of GZ Army. Gaming Tamizhanl takes down last player of PVS, and that's going to be the end for PVS Gaming. And we look onto the side of B99. 1 player knocked out. Last 2 players standing at this moment is going to be the Gigants also gets knocked out. Freaku is at very low HP, and that's an end to the side of Batch 99. It's Kutty Gokul, the last 2 players standing with 4 kills in the name.
Wow, what an amazing clutch from these two guys as they were firing those grenades. A good third party provided by the team number 11. But I think I have to talk about this Gaming Tamizhanl with 3 third parties, mind you. At the 7th position, it was FF Antaryami, then it was GZ Army getting eliminated at 6th position. Now at the 5th position, they eliminate one more team, that is going to be PVS Gaming. Talking about the 4th elimination at the hashtag 4, it is going to be team Batch 99 Esports, and now we have only 3 teams surviving. There is going to be Action Bolt, Kutty Gokul, and the other team is going to be...
Well, let's see. It's going to be Gaming Tamizhanl. Gaming Tamizhanl does have an advantage when it comes to the zone again and again. As we look onto the side of Kutty Gokul, it's going to be one more player paying the price at this moment, as Kutty Gokul is the last man standing for his team. He's trying to make his way inside the zone, pops up a few glue walls, but it's going to be Shahir coming in from the top and taking on the last player, and Mr. Beast comes in and lands that last shot onto Kutty Gokul and making an end to them. Action Bolt goes in for the push with the Groza and Azan onto the side of team Gaming Tamizhanl, and Gaming Tamizhanl, Magesh Gaming has been knocked out. Mr. J comes in from the back, tries to take a knock onto Ting, and he's able to not do it. It's going to be the zone dealing the max damage at this moment. Action Bolt has to just pull a 1v2 at this moment, where Shahir is holding on. Shahir getting spotted at this moment. A nade being cooked up from his head. Magesh Gaming is back on his feet. The nade might do an advantage. A triple kill coming from the side of Ting, but the nade does not connect. It's going to be Mr. J YT paying the price as Beast takes the kill onto him. It's Magesh Gaming coming in for the push and gets spotted off at this moment. Shots being coming from the side of Action Bolt. He gets a knock onto Magesh once again, and the nade gets him down. Beast. And it's going to be team Gaming Tamizhanl taking home the first booyah in this name, and I'm pretty much sure someone opted in for, and that was you, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Well, I think that was just a fluke. I predicted this team because they won the first Clash Squad yesterday. Yeah. So that was a 7-1 from their side, and I just made a fluke because expecting that. But today we have a new thing, a booyah CG coming in front of our screens. That is going to be Gaming Tamizhanl in the match number 1, getting it with around 9 to 10 kills.
Well, I am pretty much sure because the way they had positioned themselves on the top, all the teams have to eventually make a longer rotation, and even they have to come to the top, they'll have to face off one of the gamers who I was looking at the kill feed. There was Mahesh Gaming from the Tamil Gaming just popped him up every time, and I was like, which team is he playing from? And finally, it was the team who took the first booyah, and then it's going to be none other than Gaming Tamizhanl coming in. And let's talk about the rotations. And before that, there's also highlights coming in for today for these matches.
Well, I think highlights is going to show us the most number of frags, or I think the most important moments of the matches. And yes, we are going to look over the highlights where each and every team, they got the damages, they got the kills, and they got themselves the booyahs. Meanwhile, talking about the first fight between Badge 99 and the other team, that was Lokesh Gamer, they got the 4 frags. Meanwhile, they lost one of the players from Badge 99 Esports. That was going to be Nami Kaze, as the last player got finished off quite later on. Oh, we have that kill as Ninja finished the player. Meanwhile, this fight between TSG and Hello Telugu Gamer was a great one. But you know PVS Gaming, as soon as TSG finished that fight with Hello Telugu Gamers, then came PVS Gaming having a fight against TSG and eliminating them at the 10th position.
Well, Legend did try to pull it off from his side of TSG Gamers, but as we talk about Team GZ Army coming into play, they eventually had to face off against the side of Antaryami Gaming. They were able to execute multiple kills, but it was Gaming Tamizhanl who restricted the movement from coming back into the zone. And the last 2 players standing from the side of KG Kutty Gokul, taking down the entire squad of Batch 99. They were easily able to execute those kills, and we come back towards the side of Action Bolt Gaming. As we talk about Action Bolt, the man himself was able to do some wonders. He took multiple knocks, and before getting finished off, he took down Mahesh Gaming with him. He was making sure of that execution before even letting other players getting taken down.
Well, I think the last frag on Action Bolt, he was able to manage around 2 to 3 knocks on the side of Gaming Tamizhanl.
It was the same knock on Mahesh Gaming, who got revived again. Then he came for the push from the back, and he had to pay the price. But the nade coming in from the side of Gaming Tamizhanl, he had to pay the price.
Yeah, the nade from MG Beast, if I'm right, was the last one. The last frag, or I can say the last kill in this match, got the booyah for Team Gaming Tamizhanl. Well, this was an end for the match number 1, but still we have 5 matches, a long day to go on for, and the next match is going to be on Bermuda.
Well, when it comes to the side of Bermuda, I do think that the teams like Antaryami still have an upper hand to perform. Antaryami was able to keep up with the fight against the side of team GZ Army. They were able to execute multiple frags, but somewhere getting taken down by their own landmine was something I did not expect from the side of Antaryami Gaming. And Lokesh Gamer getting executed at the first place, at the 12th position itself. I didn't expect this from you, but you need to make a comeback in the next matches, because first match only getting no kills. I think they got 1 kill onto the side of Batch 99, but still it's not worth it, like getting finished off early. But eventually, let's see how this match goes up for them. It's time to look upon to the matchup once again, but eventually it's going to be the same teams again.
But I think the only change here is going to be the match. But okay,
only the map.
The map that we talk about is going to be Bermuda, and all the 12 teams joining us in the Influencer Invitational Day number 2, match number 2. The matchup for this match is going to be GZ Army, Gaming Tamizhanl, FF Antaryami, and the other 3 teams. Talking about the other page, we have Alpha Free Fire, PVS Gaming, Dave Alone, Hello Telugu Gamers, TSG Army, and Lokesh Gamer.
Well, this time I think I'm gonna go with my prediction a bit different from the last game. But I was not aware of the map being changed into this one, Kalahari, as being the first one. I was thinking that Kalahari will be the second match. So I think I went in for PVS Gaming at this moment, but somewhere I'm pretty much sure they cannot perform in the map of Bermuda also. But Kalahari is the strong forte.
Oh, okay.
So let's see how this match turns out.
Okay, I think I gave a spoiler, right?
I gave the predictions based on the maps that we have been, the schedule that we looked upon in the league stages and wildcards itself. So let's look upon the predictions from the Hindi desk, from the Telugu desk, and Tamil desk, and as well as the English desk. But as we look onto the casters' predictions, joining us from the Hindi desk, Masaf will be going with PVS, and he'll be joining me for the same. Looking at the side of the Hindi desk, it's going to be Oro going in for TSG Army. You from the English desk going in for TSG Army, and Hotshot from the Tamil desk going in for TSG Army. Meanwhile, it's going to be DK Official going in with HTG, and T18 going in for FF Antaryami, and Overloop opting in for Action Bolt. Let's see how TSG Army is able to pull it off, or whether it will be the other casters who will be taking home the second prediction, as the first prediction always have gone in the hands of Mrudul.
Well, I think I was the only one predicting Gaming Tamizhanl, so I would be really happy and excited to see if TSG Army gets a
I think the first match, most of the predictions was for the side of PVS.
Yeah, for the previous,
Previous
because Tamil
gaming.
and Telugu was going for previous gaming, and one
One
caster
from the
Oro.
Oro from the Hindi test. So let's look upon to the game. The flight path will be on our screens in a few seconds. Let's see how the flight path will be. If it's dissecting in the center, again, all the teams have an advantage. But the early skirmishes that we have been seeing is something I'm very happy for, because the first zones do not have that much of fights. But when it comes to Invitational, Influence and Invitational, they are like, we're gonna contest you for the prize. Well, Sentosa looks a bit more inaccessible at this moment, as the plane path starts off at Clock Tower, going in towards Plantation and ending off at Riverside. So it's going to be a western plane path coming in, or northwestern shift.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes on, because Mars Electric is accessible, but areas like Cape Town and Sentosa looks a bit more far away. Teams like TSMFT, that's Action Bolt going in for
Yeah.
Factory, and Mars Electric, the split gameplay, the signature split gameplay to be precise, coming in from the side of Action Bolt Gaming.
Exactly, I think so. At this moment, if there is TSM, they have 3 players from TSM FTX. So that is the main strategy that Action Bolt would be going for. That a split gameplay on Factory, 2 players on Factory, 2 players on Mars Electric. Talking about Dave alone, they would be choosing the drop of Clock Tower, as there is no team nemesis, right?
Yep.
So Clock Tower, we have the blue tier loot zone, but PVS Gaming already engaging in an early skirmish against Alpha Free Fire and Nadeem, taking a lot of damage from Nobita. Meanwhile, a good cover provided from Yash will lead Nadeem to be inside. But what is PVS Gaming doing there? He's fighting with the fist alone in that squad house. And meanwhile, AY Vishesh, Antaryami, FF Antaryami Vishesh is going to get the first frag, the first blood on team.
I think that's the team.
Vargod Niku.
Oh my God! It's going to be Vargod Niku. Who is this team? Which is this team? Right, we are looking at 3 players from the side of Antaryami knocked out at this moment. It's going to be
no!
GZ Army getting 3 knocks, and they are going in for that push, trying to land some shots onto the final player from the side of GZ Army, and I don't think is anywhere close by. Meanwhile, when we come to the side of, they are going in all in at this moment, as Niku gets a knock and kill onto the side of KG, and I don't know how he's spotting the players. He's just going in for an all kill, but it's going to be at the cost of Rahul OP. Who has been finished off from the side of Team GZ Army. 4 kills already in the name. 3 from the side of Antaryami, and 1 from the side of team number 12 that was in front of... no, team number 8 that was in front of them. I wasn't sure which team it was. But let's see how this match is going to take on, as everything is up in the air for the moment for all the teams in there.
All the shots being headshots. Wargod Niku got 4 frags, and all of the frags in his hands. Well, that was Team Gaming Tamizhanl, as one of the players has already been eliminated. Now, as they were making a rotation, they have been caught up by Alpha Free Fire, because they were also present at this moment. Meanwhile, Yash already getting a kill confirmation. Nikhil has been traded off from the side of Team Gaming Tamizhanl, as they are wanting to revive their teammate, but I don't think so that would be possible, as the kill would be confirmed. And yes, it is confirmed. Now we have 12 teams and 41 players. Still no team getting eliminated. I think so. It's looking really bad for Gaming Tamizhanl after getting the booyah in the match number 1.
Well, it's time to look up onto the match 1 standings of the previous game, and I'm pretty much sure with the booyah in their hand, it's going to be Gaming Tamizhanl standing off the top at the end of the day. And as we look onto the point standings, yes, Gaming Tamizhanl with 42 points at the first place, Batch 99 at the second place with 29, Action Bolt at the third with 23, Kutty Gokul at the fourth with 23. I'm pretty much sure Batch 99 got finished off early at the 5th or the 6th place, and they are still on the top because of the kill points. Every kill matters. Every frag is gonna get you those 2 points. So make sure to execute kills as you go along. With the finishing of Ting at an early stages itself, it's gonna put a setback onto the side of team Gaming Tamizhanl. But let's see how they are gonna be able to pull it off against the side of against the teams that's in front of them. That's team number 11.
Well, taking a look over to the other teams, Lokesh Gamer was the first team to get eliminated out of this game. But meanwhile, Gaming Tamizhanl, they got around, if I'm right, 11 kills? Yeah, they got 11 kills. That is the main reason that they have 42 points. But talking about Action Bolt, the man itself, and it is going to be between Action Bolt and Team Gaming Tamizhanl, who were engaging in the last fight of the previous game. And now it's one of the first fights, one of the first initial fights between themselves. Meanwhile, Action Bolt already confirming that kill on Magesh Gaming. Once again, this guy is having peak to peak like a sharing between each other. Like as soon as Mahesh Gaming comes in front of him, Gaming Tamizhanl is going to have a knockoff from the side of Action Bolt.
Well, Fabindro just going in with that sheep. He's just gonna be like, I'm gonna be a scout for this team and just go out in the open, going round and round at this moment. As we look onto the side of Action Bolt Gaming, no one single frag in the name, and I think it was against the side of GZ Army. Yes, it was the side against GZ Gaming Tamizhanl at the same time. And as we look onto the side of Lokesh Gamer, they'll have to be really careful as the team. The Action Bolt is in front of them. There's going to be one more team in front of them at this moment that they have to watch out for. But meanwhile, Lokesh Gamer is still just holding it out. They know that there's a team in front, and I am pretty much sure that's Gaming Tamizhanl looking at the players. MG Shahir. It's going to be MG. Yeah, it's going to be the last two players starting from the side of Gaming Tamizhanl. MG Beast and Shahir trying to play for the team, trying to play for the placement points at the position, and holding on to the side of the peak as they will be moving on. 32 seconds left. 30 seconds for the zone to close in. With all the 12 teams alive, comes up to say that each player, at least one player of every team is surviving at this moment.
Well, I think Gaming Tamizhanl, they still are able to manage, like, one player they did pick up, that was Magesh Gaming. Ting was Ting was not an option for them because he was in the open, and Alpha Free Fire, they got themselves their second kill. Meanwhile, talking about the zone is going to come around that flight path only because it is looking forward to a factory side shift, if I'm right, between the clock tower and factory, but still not sure about the exact rotation because that flight path was after a long time. Meanwhile, talking about Shahid, Fabindro with the farmers is not going to miss his spray, but Shivam with that grenade is also not going to miss as he gets a knock on Fabindro.
Well, Fabindro has to be really careful at this moment as Ella, that's going to be Lokesh Gamer, Shahid getting knocked out at this moment. Fabindro, it's very difficult to revive Fabindro at this moment because he's very much out in the open. Shahid will be beating out and Fabindro will be beating off at the same moment, but it's going to be Amatron trying to give him the backup for the team that innate. It's going to be Action Bolt right now trying to go in for the push. He has to be really careful for the side, and let's see if he's able to put up glue walls coming up on top of him, and he has finally run out of glue walls. Comes in for the revive and he's able to do it, but it's a nade coming in from the side of Shivam doing the much damage, and it's going to be Fabindro paying the price at this moment, right?
Yeah, Fabindro was knocked down by that grenade as he is going to pay the price.
Finish.
But Shahid is also confirmed from the side of Team LR7. So Lokesh Gamer once again
Danger
engaging
zone.
in an initial fight where no team has been eliminated. Meanwhile, a danger zone incoming. Also, look at that shot. Shino, you got my player down, I get you down from an M82B. A good double sniper combo by the side of Shino as he got a knock from that M82B, but he's trying to confirm the player by the side of that Car 98. Meanwhile, Shivam was knocked out. He will be able to revive his teammate, and also now Action Bolt is in front. So Action Bolt is leading the charge as Mr. J. I don't think so he would be getting a revive because from the right hand side, PVS Gaming is also going for that approach. Once more, a third party.
Well, Action Bolt has to be really careful because 3 more glue walls left on his side, and it's going to be PVS trying to take some knocks onto the side of team Action Bolt. Mr. Jai bleeding out at this moment is going to give up his life, and he's going to be bleeding it out, leaving the last 2 players of team Action Bolt to play for the placement points, but they'll have to again struggle it out and fight against skirmish onto the side of PVS Gaming as well as to the side of team Lokesh Gamer. Lokesh Gamer with the 3 men standing to have a man advantage at this moment as the revive comes in. The danger zone does not damage onto him. Action Bolt trying to fall back at this moment gets taken down by VES is coming in from the side of PVS. Shiv is going to put an end to the side of Action Bolt, and it's going to be Amatron, last man standing for his team, who is trying to play it a bit safe, and if he wants to go in for the positions also, he'll have to be really careful coming out of that warehouse. He has to make a longer rotation from the side of Mass Electric, but let's from the side of Factory, but let's see how this match turns out for the side of team Action Bolt as 12 teams are still standing. That comes up to save with the second zone about to be formed in the next few seconds. All these 12 teams wants to play for the placement and for the prize pool. That's 1,80,000 and the first prize taking home 50k. This is the second match, 4 more matches remaining, and the winner at the end of the day will be taking home that huge prize pool.
Well, talking about the team that is going to be Lokesh Gamer, making a loss of Shahid, they still have confirmed 2 players. That was Mr. J and Fabindro, if I'm right at this moment. Also, one more fight incoming between Team TSG and Badge 99. Oh, just we look at this man confirming his skill just only by the headshots. If he has his hands on the AC-80, he won't be dealing the body shots, as right now he's trying to delete that glue wall present in the hands of Divyansh. Meanwhile, Ninja is coming for a fallback as Ojasvi is cooking the grenade, but why did he throw that grenade? I don't think so. He was looking out for the footsteps because he was just predicting that one of the players might be holding that position. And meanwhile, Ritik is also going in for the charge. Okay, Ojasvi, he has spotted Ninja in the open as he has his hands on the shotgun. One of the shotgun killers is going to be Legend, then it's Ojasvi as Vihan gets a knock by the Mac 7. So if Vihan, he is available with the Mac 7, but Ninja, no! That landmine is going to deal a lot of damage on Vihan. Meanwhile, Legend gets a knock on Divyansh. good trade incoming. Ritik is going for that like grenade on Freak and Ninja, and if that grenade is going to land right, it is going to deal a lot of damage, but that was too far to be dealing the damage. Meanwhile, Freak getting a knockout on Vihan. Legend picking up Ojasvi. They are running for off to save their teammate. That is going to be Vihan, but no, Vihan would not be saved as he is going to get confirmed. Legend gets a knock on Ninja, and Legend is trying to deal the damage on Freak too. Okay, Legend is going to confirm his kill as Freak is the last survivor. Freak gets a knock on Ritik, and he is trying to get a lot of damage on TSG, but no, Ojasvi is here for the save, and he will be reviving his teammate, but no, they have lost Vihan, and they have got 4 kills on Team Badge 99.
Badge 99 getting finished off at the 12th position is gonna set them back from the previous round where they were able to keep up to the second position at the end of the leaderboard. But let's see how this match turns out for them, because eventually they will be slipping off to the 6th or the 7th place in the overall standings after the match number 2. But it's the side of TSG Army with 4 kills already in the name, causing a bit of domination. And as we look onto the side of GZ Army, fighting against Team ALF, that's going to be Alpha Free Fire. Yes, Alpha Free Fire coming into action. Promith right now getting tagged out, pops up a glue wall in front of him, a glue wall and a chrono shield. A combo of both at this moment, and it's going to be ALF who won't be holding it out, who won't be staying for a bit of the moment and trying to get onto the knock. But the knock has been executed from the side of Rishabh, as Promith will be the man paying the price at this moment. He's knocked out, and the revival might be coming in for him, as ZZ Arming will be losing one of the key players at this moment, as Promith was very much out in the open. He could have gone in for that advantage. He could have gone in for that building advantage that could have kept him a bit safe at this moment. As we look on to Promith being finished off, a nade being cooked in by Nadim can give the advantage to the side, but it's going to be GZ Army falling back at this moment. It's going to be next the CM trying to get some knocks. Will he be able to execute it? He's fought the player in front of it with the paraffin in his hand. He's trying to get a knock, but no knocks being executed at this moment.
Well, looking over to Team Alpha Free Fire, they're still trying to get the knocks on GZ Army, as GZ Army Wargod Nico is one of the kill leaders at this moment. Already having some kills in their hands, Alpha Free Fire, they are not looking for a full squad wipe. Oh, okay. It is going to be Gaming Tamizhanl present in front of them. So, GZ Army, they have 2 squads to fight along with each other. Meanwhile, Shahir spot in the open. He has the chrono shield, but that will be only for the 5 seconds. Okay, TSM withdrawn. Spot in the open will be confirmed by the side of Lokesh Gamer, and now Team Action Bolt is also eliminated at the 11th position. Meanwhile, CM gets a knock on Shahir in the close range, and Beast is trying to provide the cover, but no, he is also in the open because he has to come for the zone. He has his hands on the glue wall. He's trying to come, but gets a damage of 60. Now only having 138 in his hands, he'll be trying to go for the boosters. Okay, he lands that boosters on himself, but it's a 1v2 for the team. Oh, he gets a knock from that ACAT, a great headshot, as Wargod Niku, the main MVP from the team, already has 4 kills in his hands.
As we look onto the side of Nexus, team going in for the push onto the side and spotting of MJ. That's going to be the last 2 players standing from the side of Gaming Tamizhanl, and they'll have to be really careful at this moment. But when we look onto the side of MGBs, he's healing up back to his full potential. But next, the CM gets a finish onto him, and it's going to be the GZ Army paying the prize at this moment. Gaming Tamizhanl has been wiped off at the 10th place. The last 9 teams remaining with the zone number 3 to close in the next 58 seconds. They'll have to move in pretty much soon.
Look at that, Legend getting that kill confirmation on AY Buddy, as FF Antaryami, they get eliminated at the 9th position now, having 7 kills in their hands. Team GZ Army is going to look out for the next rotation because they still don't want to stop. They have to go for the zone, as only 39 seconds remain in their hands.
Well, 39 seconds is much more than enough for all these teams to make into the 4th zone, because the zone is going to be pretty much close by, and next the CM is going. Wargod Nico has 4 kills in his name, so I'm pretty much sure that's going to be GZ Army with maximum number of kills in the hands. So they are going to be the kill raiders at this moment, and 8 teams still surviving with 25 players. All these players trying to play for the placement points as well as making it to the zone. PVS with all the 4 players standing have a man advantage at this moment, as we look onto the side of Dev alone with all the 4 men standing, so they'll have to be really careful. These 2 teams are well balanced at the moment. They are inside the zones, so let's see how it moves out for them.
Well, talking about the teams in the circle, most of the teams, they still do look good, around 6 to 7 teams. Only one team, I think so, is having a backlash. Meanwhile, they are also trying to come in. Okay, hello Telugu gamers, they spotted them in the open, and if they're spotting them, they are in a big danger from their side, because right now they are trying to get a knock, but now Sniper is going to be taken down by a sniper. That was Car 98, a great headshot from the side of Wargod Niku.
Well, at the same time, War God Niku is the man who was able to execute 4 kills in the beginning itself. Let's say he's able to execute the headshots onto the side of team. Hello, Telugu gamers. Storm getting spotted at this moment, and War God Niku is able to execute some shots on him, but it's going to be the zone dealing much of the damage at this moment. It's going to be HTG Sniper being taken down by next. The CM backup comes in for the side of GZ Army, but it's going to be War God Niku finished off at this moment. Next, the CM is the last player standing, gets a knock on the side of HTG Storm. He's trying to play it again low, and it's going to be a triple kill coming from his side. The last player standing for HTG will be eventually still standing on, and GZ Army will be losing on. HTG A35 trying to make it to the zone, and did he make it? Yes, he did make it to the zone.
But the zone changed.
It's going to be Kutty Gokul taking the final kill and putting sleep to the side of team HTG. Hello, Telugu gamers.
Well, even if he managed to get inside the zone, he was still not inside the zone because he was between two teams. As soon as he just came in, another zone formed up and then he was out of the zone. Meanwhile, you have two teams right now fighting between each other. There's going to be Lokesh Gamer and Team Kutty Gokul. One player is still surviving from Team Tamizhanl, if I'm right, at this moment. But also, look at that. Only one team that is going to be team number 3 is having the zone.
Well, team number 3 has the zone, but it will be a man advantage on the side of TSG with all with 3 players still standing, and at the cost of Vihan at this moment. They are going in for the push. Vihan spots Legend spots Ribo at this moment, takes a knock onto the player of Devalon. The second player getting knocked out, almost getting knocked out, and yes, it's going to be Nagraj and Devraj. Both players have paid the price at this moment. It's just up to the last player standing from Devalon, and I'm pretty much sure he's already made disputes with Sufyan coming into play, and he will be playing it a bit safe. And Sufyan getting spotted off any moment right now. It's going to be KG Aimbot taking down the player from Team Alpha Free Fire, and Dev Nagraj has been finished off. So that's a triple kill coming for the side of team TSM. What's the TSG
Action Bolt.
TSG Army at this moment. As we talk about Action Bolt, they are still alive in the game, I'm pretty much sure.
Yeah, one of the players is still surviving, but look at that grenade, a good trade grenade coming in from the side of Lokesh Gamer as Sufyan gets a knock on TSG Ojasvi with a scythe, a melee kill. We have been missing it from a long time. Tempesta gets a kill confirmation from the grenade launcher as ALF Nickel had his hands on that lineman and he will be taking a knock, but look at that, Shivam is going to take a knock on Rohit 45. Now it's a 3 versus 2 against PVS Gaming as Rohit 45 has already been knocked out. Going for the scythe in the close range, Shiv gets a knock on Shivam, and with that Vishal coming up with the M1887 is going to get the last frag. Look at TSG, 12 kills, sheer domination from their side.
Well, when it comes to TSG Army,
oh no,
is the man you have to look out for, but Ritik getting knocked out is not going to create much of a difficulty for them as the revive comes in. It's going to be very easy for the revive to come in and a treatment gun put into use. They are going to heal back to the full potential. It's a 3v3 scenario where Lokesh Gamer with 3 men standing and TSG Army with 3 men standing. This is the fight we have to really watch out for as TSG is looking strong with 13 kills executed already. Let's see if they're able to execute 3 more kills and make it to 16 and make the dominance in this game as Lokesh Gamer wants to go in for the push as the zone closes in. Shino getting tagged off at this moment. He's going to pay the price from the zone also at the moment as Ochespi wants to get a knock onto him. He's been clocked from the side of Ritik. Can't take down 2 players at the same time. It's going to be Vishal behind the glue wall being taken down. Ochespi goes in for a different angle, goes in from the back, but he has to be really careful of Shino and Shivam. Vishal is very much easier prey for the side of Team TSG. Ochespi to take down this moment as he's spotted. It's going to be Shivam paying the price. A nade comes in. That's going to be 2 more players. That's Shivam getting finished off. Vishal is knocked out at this moment. It's just Shino remaining, and it's going to be TSG Army taking home the booyah. Yes, it's very easy.
No, Shino getting that knock from that M8-2B now is on his hands. But yes, that was Ritik dealing the last blow, and you have TSG Army getting that booyah in the match number 2.
Well, in the match number 2 with 16 kills executed. 16, wow. 6 kills executed from the side of TSG Army. I was hoping to see this team in the league stages itself, and they did it in the league stages. And yes, they made it to the finals, but let's see how they do it in the finals also, because they have teams to contest against, but still they have 4 more matches remaining. So TSG Army, you can see the logo emblem coming up on our screens. That's going to be 2-sided gamers coming in and taking the booyah for the name.
Well, I think you can praise me once again, the prediction landing right.
Oh yeah, second time he's on a streak. Maybe if you do the third one also, you will be taking home a hat trick.
Well, I think I'm really excited because the predictions are landing right. But this time there were three more casters supporting me, so they would be really happy to. Oro and one caster from Tamil, one caster from Telugu. So most of the casters were supporting my choice. But we do know that our highlights are going to come in, so we'll getting the latest things about what happened in this match, how exactly they got the damages, how exactly they got 16 kills in this particular match by the side of TSG Army. Talking about the first fight engaging between each other is going to be GG Army. These snipes, oh my god, look at the kill confirmations converted by the side of GG Army. War God Niku, he got 4 frags in the open. Meanwhile, look at this fight between Lokesh Gamer and TSM. They got 3 frags. 1 frag was too late, but that kill confirmation by the grenade. Mr. Jay got taken out by the sniper rifle as he got a knock on Shivam, but still there was a cover provided by his teammate. Also talking about this shotgun shot by the Max 7. If Vihan is having his hands on that shotgun, he is going to get the knock. Freak was able to clutch out most of the knocks on Team TSG, but yes, there was Ojasvi at the perfect moment with that M887, and he got that frag on the side of Badge 99.
Well, TSG Army was popping on after every skirmish because they were able to make third parties, they were able to go in for the teams that were vulnerable. Next, the CM was a person whom I like to take a name because his commendable gameplay coming in, take down 3 players from the side of Badge 99, but eventually had to pay the price while making it was a zone. As we talk about the side of Alpha Free Fire, it was they had a man advantage, but it was the backstab coming in from the side of Kutty Gokul and taking down those players, and TSG obviously, when you know the shots, 2 players down from the side of team Lokesh Gamer, and Shino, the last man standing, he was able to execute a knock onto the side of Team TSG Army
with that M82B.
With the M82B, and he was able to do it at the last moments. The pressure built up on him, but still opting to go in for a sniper comes up to show that the precise gameplay, the gunfire, he knows where to set his crosshairs at the moment and to press the fire button. So he was able to execute it. Maybe if he had a bit more time, or if the zone was a bit more far from him, he could have taken a long range fights and get the full kills executed on the side of TSG Army. And maybe Lokesh Gamer could have could have told a different story at the end of the day.
Well, I think that was an equal fight, right? Still, it was kind of a height advantage for Team TSG Army, but also look at the last blow dealt by TSG Ritik. Shino was so busy confirming his kill on the right hand side that he didn't know about 2 players coming from the left, and that was a last opening, or I think so one of the first openings for Ritik. So Ritik got that last kill by the help of AC80, and with that, it was the end of the match number 2. Now we are excited for the match number 3. That is the last match before the break, and it is going to commence on
Kalahari. When it comes to the map of Kalahari, this time I'm looking for PVS Gaming to do something out of the box, but my predictions will be proved out wrong again because of the map mix-up coming in. So I had predicted based on the map and however the teams have played over the time, because we have watched the streams, we all know this influencers very well. And if you have joined in from the influencer side, make sure to hit that like, share and subscribe button, because there's a lot of giveaways happening on this channel. When it comes to the finale, there will be a lot of happening. And if I remember it correctly, there were even phone giveaways also happening in the previous season. Diamond giveaways are there in every stream. So let's see if they have some Pocos X3s to give away in the finals. If they have, I will try to.
I will be there in the chat.
Yeah, I'd be more like active and keeping my phone like chatting here and casting off at the same time. But let's say it's time to look up onto the point standings of the previous match number 2.
Yeah. Well, it's the time that we look over to the point standings of the match number 2 in a short while. But as we know, in this match, it was all in the hands of TSG Army. They got 16 kills. And because of 16 kills, they got around 32 points just from their frag. So that means 52 points for the side of TSG Army. And they'll be on the #1 position. And talking about Team Lokesh Gamer, they got 5 kills. On the second position, they had around 27 points in this match. Talking about Kutty Gokul, they got 25. GC Army on the 4th position, they got 24 with 9 kills. Alpha Free Fire with 3 kills, they got 18 points. Previous Gaming, they got 15 points at the 6th position. Hello Telugu Gamers, they got 10 points. Dave Alone getting 10. Antaryami getting 6. Action Bowl getting 4. Badge 99 Esports getting 3. And Gaming Tamizhanl getting 3. So after that first booyah, they just straightforward got demoted to the 12th position. Well, that's a backlash.
Exactly. Like, they were on the top, Gaming Tamizhanl finishing. So somewhere it looks like a bit promising for the side of TSG Army, because
TSG Army, wow.
Yeah, it's close for them. 52 points in the second match itself, and the game dominance coming in from the side have been so immense. Let's see if they are able to keep it up in the next 4 matches and able to take home that 50k, because already they have made the way into the finals. So anything can't be predicted at this moment, because teams like PVS also won't be staying silent, because the way they have been, I think PVS also was able to stay alive till the sixth position in the first match, and in this match also
they were able to manage around the top seven. Also talking about TSG Army, I think it would be a cherry on the cake. They are in the finals, so they would be around that 50,000 prize pool in the finals. Meanwhile, if you are around that ninth place, even if you won't be the winners, you would be still getting 50,000. That's the main hashtag one prize pool for this 1,80,000. But talking about TSG Army, they are playing in this one. They are also playing the finals. They have a lot of pressure on them.
Well, even PVS Gaming is playing in the finals, so both of these teams have pressure on them. I think that's the two teams.
I think I have one more thing in my mind, that even if TSG Army or Gaming Tamizhanl they got the booyahs, the other matches that they have played, Gaming Tamizhanl got a booyah, and then they have been placed on 12th position. TSG Army got taken out at the 10th position in the first game, and then they got a booyah in this match.
So every team is suffering at the first match and then getting a booyah, or getting a booyah and then suffering. So let's say if these teams are able to keep up the consistency when it comes to the next few matches, as we enter into the match number 3 into the next few seconds, let's see how the casters' prediction are gonna go in as we have looking on to the matches also coming in. The matchups will be same for all the 6 matches because it's just 12 teams, and as for the finals also the matchups will be within the 12 teams also. So we don't need to have the matchups again and again because everyone will be aware, but I'm pretty much sure that new people are joining us every moment and they need to know what is happening, so they might need a flashback or so you can also take this leak back, but eventually we will have to look up to the same.
You have to support your favorite teams because right now they are playing this tournament, they are playing it for you, and this is one of the fun segments that has been introduced by the side of Snapdragon. Talking about the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, this is the season number 2 where we also have to talk about the Snapdragon Insiders, so you have to be a part of their community to get the latest updates. You get the latest updates by the streams by following Snapdragon Conquest on all their social media handles. We are getting streamed on YouTube and Facebook. Also, the Snapdragon Insiders is a community for all the tech geeks. So what you have to do is just go on your browser, search for hashtag Snapdragon Insiders, and then you can sign up for the community, get the latest updates about the chipsets, the latest processors, the latest phones coming from the side of Snapdragon. Also, if you click the great photos for them, you might get a review for the same.
No, it's not actually you go get a review for the same. All you need to do, if you're good at photography, you can post your skills there. And if you're good at reviewing, and if you can make good videos based on that, they might even send you a review phone for the same, where you can be one of the top reviewers in India. But it's time to look onto the side of the finalists for the for the Snapdragon Season 2. And as we look onto the finalists, it's the grand finale going to be held on the next Saturday and Sunday. That's 23rd and 24th October. Well, we have teams like Blind Esports, 4 Unknown, Team Elite, TSG Army, Level Iconic, and Headhunters on the first page. These are the teams that directly made it towards the finals after the league stages. And when we come to the second page, the teams that have qualified from the wildcards, it's going to be PVS Gaming, Kemin Esports, Total Gaming, Desi Gamers, UG Mania, and Team D Esports. When we talk about Team D Esports, they just crossed the mark with a 30-point difference from the 7th position.
Well, I think the first page that we saw was from the league stages, and the other page that we saw was from the wildcard stages, right?
Yes.
Well, these are the 12 teams for you guys, so make sure you support them. You come on the streams on 23rd and 24th of October, where these teams will be fighting out for a prize pool of 30 lakh, where, like, as we know, from the 19th to 24th, they have already out of the tournament by winning 15,000 rupees each.
50,000.
50,
50.
no, 15 and then 25.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 for 13 to 18 position, and then you have 50,000 lined up at the 7th position.
Well, let's see how it's going to go for them, because these 12 teams have already left us. 12 teams making it towards the finals, and some of the players from the 12 teams had already left us playing in the Influential Invitational. That's like almost another opportunity for them to hit a prize pool of rupees 50,000 for the first place. We'll be winning it after this match.
Yeah.
Let's see which team will be taking it home at the end of the day itself.
Yeah, this is going to be a great day for each and every team, right? Look at the matches that is going to come. Gaming Tamizhanl in the match number 1, they got a great booyah, but that was not like around 6 to 7 kills in their hands. But this game, 16 kills by TSG Army. Well, that was a great one, a great run in the Bermuda map. Now it's the time for the matchup for the match number 3 just before the break, and it is in front of your screens. Teams are going to be GZ Army, Gaming Tamizhanl, FF Antaryami, Badge 99 Esports, Action Bolt, and Kutty Gokul on the page number 1.
Well, at the second page, we are gonna have teams again joining us. That's going to be TSG Army, Team PVS Gaming, Team Dave Alone, and then we have I think we have teams like Which are the teams? I'm not sure of the
TSG
teams.
Army,
It's
Alpha Free
Alpha
Fire.
Free Fire, Hello Telugu Gamers, and Lokesh Gamers coming in. So these are the 6 teams again and again that will be joining us for the 6 matches. It's the match number 3. There will be still 3 matches for remaining for them after this match, and there will be short break coming in a few moments. But it's time to look how this match is going to turn out for them in the map of Kalahari. Kalahari is a match I didn't expect to come up pretty much when I was thinking Bermuda, Kalahari, Bermuda. So Kalahari, Bermuda, Kalahari comes to put up all my predictions wrong. If I had an option, I would have gone to the production and just said that, just inverse my predictions because it will be putting up Kalahari at the
Around,
end.
yeah, around
that
that.
would have been easier for them, but it's time to enter into the match number 3 in the next few moments. And before that, we'll be moving into the caster predictions of all the 3 desks, where English, Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu desks have already opted for which team might be taking home the booyah in this match. As we look on to the Hindi desk, we have Monish coming in and taking in the side of PVS. That's going to be Mridul going in for PVS. You both want to go in for PVS. Action Bolt being opted in by Action Bolt and by Oro and Teen 18 Gaming from the Hindi and Telugu desk respectively. I want to go in for Gaming Tamizhanl in this match, and Kutty Gokul going in for Wallop.
Yeah.
TK official with TSG Army. So that's going to be hot shot from the side of Tamil desk going in for GZ Army. So a difference of opinion coming in. I think somewhat majority being towards the side of
PVS
Action
and
Bolt and
PVS.
PVS. So 2-2 being
Yeah.
upstate at this moment.
Well, I think you chose Team Gaming Tamarind, right? They were the winners of the first Kalahari.
So something might be happening in the next few
Yeah.
moments, and Gaming Tamarind might be taking
Those are
home,
just
but
speculations.
getting finished off in the last match, 12th position, is going to give them a bit of setback. But still, if they are able to get a booyah in this match with more than 10 or 12 kills, it's gonna give them the advantage to bounce back hard again
Yeah.
and make it towards the top 3, top 4,
or
top 3.
be the winners of this one.
Be
right?
the winners also eventually.
Yeah, because one match is going to have a lot of setback, but you can just cover it up with your game power, with your amazing strategy power, and then it is the time for the next match to come in front of our screens on the Kalahari map. The teams are ready and set, and the flight path is landing in front of your screens with the match number 3 of the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series Influencer Invitational, day number 2, match number 3, and we have our eyes on Team Action Bolt.
Well, it's going to start at Santa Caterina, going in towards Refinery and ending off near the side of Maze. It's almost a centered flight path, dissecting the map into 2. As we look onto the side of TSM FTX, it's going to be, as we look onto the side of Action Bolt, it's going to be Fabindra and Mr. J coming into action. TSC wanting to go in for the blue tier loot. Second time they have the advantage of the blue tier loot at the sub,
Yeah.
but will they be able to execute it in the benefit is something we have to look on at. As we look onto the side of ALF, that's going to be Alpha Free Fire, Yash, Rishabh, and Nadeem still holding it on. As we look onto the side of Dev alone is just holding it very much safe, and they're gonna play from the side of confinement. And as we look, once more the fight happening between the side of Batch 99 and Team Lokesh Gamer.
Well, it's this time that Shahid has already been eliminated by the side of Plasma, as this becomes the first blood for Team Badge 99. Meanwhile, Badge 99 is looking out for some more frags. One of the players on the right, but Ninja, he hasn't predicted that player as he's still holding his position behind that wall. And now he switches a weapon, will be paying the price for that because Shino was not expected, and Shino will be taking that treat. So 1-1 kill from both sides as Team Badge 99, they lose one of their key players.
Well, this time Lokesh Gamer have also lost one of the players, so they'll have to look out for the side of Batch 99 because they are strong at moments, but eventually when it comes to the side of Lokesh Gamer, they also know that if they hold the shrines perfectly, they will be able to execute the kills onto the side of Batch 99. Oh my god, Shino is going with the Car 98. He's just gonna camouflage himself and push onto the side of B99, but it might be Farfrost who will be spotting him off any second right now. His pet following him might reveal his location, and he has decided to give away the camouflage at this moment and come back, pop his head again. It's Divyansh going in for a longer rotation. He might go in for an altitude advantage, come in from the back and try to take the stabs onto the side of Team Lokesh Gamer.
Well, I think now Farfrost is coming in the match number 3 for the side of Badge 99 because there was Kamikaze, if I'm right.
Yep.
Yeah, there was Kamikaze from the side of Badge 99, but now they have changed the players. So, Team TSG Army working out and not playing with Sasuke in the classic matches. Meanwhile, talking about Badge 99, they're playing with Farfrost as soon as they got some good results from Kamikaze, but those were not too good to be playing with him in the match number 3. Talking about Badge 99 and Farfrost, he has been spotted by Shino, and Shino is having his hands on that Car 98Z.
Well, the player from the side of Batch 99 who went in for a longer rotation spotted Shino at the top. He was making sure that not to expose his footprints, because if he's unable to execute a knock, it will be giving him a disadvantage. Meanwhile, Fast Frost spots of Shivam, who gone in with the UMP, trying to get an advantage, trying to get a knock onto the side of team of the team B99. Pops up a Chrono Shield. He's trying to take on Far Frost. Vishal comes in from an off angle, gets a knock onto him, trying to go in for the finish, but will be taken down by Nadeem at this moment and be confirmed with the MT49. Farfrost has been taken down by Nadeem. The last two players standing for the side of B99 is going to play and try to stay alive and play for the placement points, but it's a push coming in from the side of B99 onto the side of the last player. Last second player, Shivam. Shivam is at a very low HP. He has to be really careful and heal up to his full potential, but no, he does not have a first aid in his hand, and he's on a boosters. He does not have a vest on him, so it's an easy kill for Freak. But Divyansh is gonna hold off Shino, who's trying to make it towards the open. He's trying to get back. He's trying to fall back from that area at a lower HP. He spots off Divyansh, get a knock onto him. A headshot coming in. Shino is so precise with his knocks. He's gonna confirm the kill also at the same moment and gonna get a kill onto the side of Team Lokesh Gamer.
Well, Lokesh Gamer, Shivam is really low on HP. As Shino, he got a frag, right? Right now, he just got a frag, and we are going to see one more fight where Freak has fought back from that situation against Team Lokesh Gamer, but not so much, because we have two teams arriving on the shrines, and that is going to be Kutty Gokul, and I think we had our eyes on one more team. Kutty Gokul is standing off with all the 4 players in their hand. That is going to be Kutty Gokul himself, Aimbot, Tempesta, and KG Spidey.
Well, KG Spidey spots Shino out in the open, and Shino will be trying to come back and regroup with his teammate, but will Tempesta allow him at this moment, because Nubita gets a knock onto the side of Antaryami. FF Antaryami is down at this moment. Nubita getting spotted on. B is trying to land some shots with the AK in his hand. The revive comes in for the side of Antaryami. A beautiful cover being built up at this moment. A nade being put off by Nubita, trying to get a knock onto, but he does not connect at this moment. A drone being summoned at this moment by the side of Team by the side of Free Fire Antaryami, I am probably sure. Rohit comes off with an off angle, gets a second knock onto the side of AFF Antaryami. Buddy being spotted out in the open. He's trying to fall back and regroup with his team. Will be paying the price and will be knocked out at this moment, but will the kill confirmation comes in as Rohit has an off angle. He will be the man able to take it if possible, but at the same time, Shivam getting spotted off by Nadeem. Nadeem gets that knock and finish onto the side, and it's going to be Lokesh Gamer getting finished off at the 12th place in the second match, like in the overall third match, but for the second time in the Influencer Invitational Day 2, and that's gonna pay them a heavy price at this moment, as Buddy getting spotted on gets taken down from the side of Team Antaryami. Antaryami pays the price. The last 3 players standing have to fight off against the side of PVS Gaming, who's going in for the push. It's going to be Yogi and PVS, who are on the heels right now, pushing on the side of FF Antaryami. Antaryami being spotted on. It's a glue wall popped up in front of him, but will he be able to make back to safety is the question right now, as Yogi getting spotted on. He switches to a P90. He's trying to take down Vishwesh, and Vishwesh is going to be slaughtered at this moment with all the 4 players surrounding him. Yes, 2 players down from the side of Antaryami. The last man standing is nowhere close by. He's gonna play for the placement points for this team. That's FF Antaryami at this moment.
Well, yes, FF Antaryami, one of the players was not here, and that was a smart move indeed, because you have to have some placement points, right? The previous game was good for you, but all the Kalaharis are not going good for FF Antaryami. Meanwhile, talking about Kalaharis not going good for the teams, you know the name, right? Lokesh Gamer, 2 times they have been eliminated at the 12th position.
Well, looking onto the side, coming back to PVS Gaming with 3 frags in the name, they have all the 4 men standing, so that comes up to say that they are good on supplies. But Nobita still lacks first aid, so they'll have to go and farm for a bit more while before moving in towards the zone. As we talk about the zone, 10 teams and 37 players still standing, with zone numbers 2 about to be formed in the next few seconds. Everyone scrambling towards the center, and they will be moving on with the launchers. That will be in front of them. As we talk about the remaining squads, it's PVS Gaming trying to spot some more players before going in for the push. As we move on to the side of KG, that's going to be Kutty Gokul. It's going to be spotted in from the side of Alpha. Tempest comes in from the back, tries to get a knock, but it's going to be left. Yes, Kutty with the M249 in his hand, trying to get a knock onto him, and that's not an M249 from the
Max
side
7.
It's Max 7 coming in and gets the finish onto Tempest. Meanwhile, he will be traded off by Aimbot with the shotgun in his hand. He's gonna pay the price and will be taken down. The last player standing for the side of ALF. 2 players are still standing from the side. 3 players are still standing from the side of ALF. It's going to be Rishabh, Nadeem, and Nikhil still standing. Kutty Gokul is still alive. one player from the side of Kutty. Gokul is still alive. Aim both plays the price. He's knocked out at this moment and gets finished off. Last player is somewhere far away and takes the launcher and moves in away from the fights. And he's going to play for the placement mines at this moment.
Well, I think these players are having some other speculations because one of the players did run off from that fight that was between Team PVS Gaming and the other team. So yeah, we have one more fight between Alpha Free Fire and the other team where one player he has managed to run off and he has also managed to get a kill confirmation on Yash. So Alpha Free Fire, even if they have got 6 kills, Action Bolt, what is the split? TSM is good in the 2-2 split, but Action Bolt is leading the charge for a big time right now.
Well, as we look onto the side of ALF, always trying to get maximum number of kills as possible in the initial stages, but when it comes to the placement, they are not able to place themselves in the top 5. Let's see if this match is going to be eye-opener for them as we talk about the zone being shifting onto the other side of Foundation and Bayfront somewhere at the top. It's a different shift that we can see where Refinery will not be in the eventual final zones and all the teams will be pushing on towards the northern side where Team GZ Army will be having an advantage with all the 4 men standing. Let's see how this match turns out as entering into the 9th minute in a few seconds with all the 10 teams still alive with the zone number 3 about to be formed in the next 40 seconds.
Right now the zone going towards the north. The correct prediction by the side of Kutty, Gokul and the other team I talked about going near the Badge 99 and the Lokesh Gamer. So yes, 2 teams making the perfect and the correct predictions that is going to land good for them. Talking about Team TSG and Team Hello Telugu Gamers, well, this was the fight in the match number 1 engaged between each other, but now the locations have changed because both the teams they have to go for the big rotations on Refinery as the Refinery is still on the edge of the big zone forming up in the north. Hello Telugu Gamers on that platform. Meanwhile, we have Team Gaming Tamizhanl going against GZ Army.
Well, when we come on to the side of GZ Army right now, it's going to be the Gaming Tamizhanl going in for the side of GZ Army. Prometh is getting tagged off at this moment, but Thing has to be very careful because he's going to get spotted and is taken down at this moment as Lokesh Gaming, MGB and Shahir cannot come in for the backup. TSG meanwhile engaged in the fight against Hello Telugu Gamers. Hello Telugu Gamers with all the 3 players still standing, a nade being spammed off. A35 can take down the damage onto the side of TSG, but the Chrono Shells comes out. Not the Chrono Shells, the glue walls being popped up at the moment is going to give them the advantage. Hello Telugu Gamers, all the 3 players together. It's going to be TSM Invitational paying the price, and the last 3 players standing from the side of 4 players standing from the side of CSG Army. Vihan is knocked out at this moment. Nadim is knocked out. A35 is knocked out. The last player standing for HTG is going to be Teja, and he gets traded off with just Vihan, who's knocked out at this moment by he just fell to his death. If I remember correct, no, he was knocked out and he jumped down to be safe at this moment.
Yeah. Well, that was a good decision from his side because he knew he had the cover from Legend and Ojasvi. Talking about this fight, Team GZ Army got eliminated from TSM FTX, or I can say Team Action Bolt, and the other side of Gaming Tamizhanl. They were sandwiched between each other, and now it's a fight engaging between Action Bolt and Gaming Tamizhanl. Meanwhile, Mr. J, the sniper, the man himself, gets a knock, that headshot from the AWM.
Well, when we come to the side of Team Action Bolt, 3 kills in the name right now, but still at the loss of Amidron. Amidron is a man you had to watch out for when it came to the first. When I saw him play for the first time, I thought Amidron was the extraordinary player who will be playing it for the side of TSM FTX, but eventually it was Old Monk who proved me wrong, and he was the key player, but eventually getting finished off in the wildcards, not making it to the finale is going to cause them. At the same time, they will be putting an end to the side of Gaming Tamizhanl at this moment, as Gaming Tamizhanl will be leaving this match in the 8th position. Looking on to the side of ALF, Nikhil, the last player standing for ALF Alpha Free Fire, gets eliminated at the hands of PVS Gaming, and a shutdown being put in from the side of PVS Gaming with 6 kills in the name already. 6 teams still surviving. 4th zone about to be formed in the next 30 seconds, and 17 players still standing.
Well, 16, 17 players still signing. The next zone is going to come in 20 seconds. Talking about Team PVS Gaming, they have 6 kills in their hands, but they do know that they need to go for the next circle because they're still out. And TSG has already acquired the big spot in this zone. Talking about Team FF Antaryami, Beast is the lone survivor, but he has the perfect compound to be at this moment.
Well, as we look onto the side of Dev alone has executed a kill onto the side of PVS Gaming. 3 players standing from the PVS Gaming. Yogi is going to go in for the push with the grenade in his hand. He's going to pop up grenade. Rohit comes in from the back, gets a knock onto Ribo. Devraj is just holding it out. Devraj getting spotted on. Attacks coming in from the side of PVS Gaming. A nade being cooked in. Might deal some damage, but it's going to be the Chrono Shells and Glue Walls giving the backup for the side of Team Dev alone. As Nubita wants to give the backup for his teammate from a longer angle, but Nagaraj cooks up a nade, and it will be PVS Nubita who might pay the price, but no. The zone has also started closing in, so either Team Dev has to move in towards the zone, or end this fight against the side of PVS and move in to play for the placement points at this moment. When it comes to Nagraj, he's going to go in for the push with the spots on Nagraj out in the open. It's going to be Raj coming in from the back, and Nagraj is going to get knocked off from the zone, and the last two players standing for the side of Team Dave is still alive. Meanwhile, Yogi has decided to take the launcher and move into the zone, and will he be able to make it? Yes, he already have less in. The second player also lives in. The last player, Rohit, is just trying to make it towards the zone, but let's see if they are able to make it, because there will be one more team in front of them. Devalon gets eliminated. It's going to be Yogi playing the last fight and putting an end to the side of Devalon, and Rohit gets knocked out from the zone.
The zone damage, it is going to be around 14 HP per moment. So yeah, as soon as you are there in the zone, well, that was a good decision from PVS. They left out one of the players from the side of PVS Gaming, that was Rohit. Rohit was a good bait for the team because the other two players, they did manage to come inside the zone. Now it's time for Action Bolt to get the frags once again, because Favindra and Message, they have confirmed the 2 kills, and now Team Action Bolt is engaging against TSG Army.
Well, as we talk about the side of Team TSG Army, they'll have to be watching out for Ojasvi. Ojasvi is getting tagged off at this moment. He's gonna pay the price as the Famous comes in from the side of TSM. Mr. J trying to get some knocks with the sniper in his hand. He's trying to get some knocks, but eventually has to come back into cover and make sure that it does not get spotted in. But he's going in for the push, and I am not sure why why Team Action Bolt wants to go in for the push as Fabindra cooks up a grenade. A grenade comes in from the side of Legend, but Fabindra gets a knock onto Ritik. Legend getting spotted off at this moment. Legend getting knocked out. The last two players standing for Team TSG is going to be Ojasvi and Vihan, trying to get some knocks onto the side of Team Action Bolt, but eventually will they be able to execute it as Action Bolt gets spotted of himself. Ritik has been taken down, so the last two players standing still alive. Ojasvi wants to play for his team for the placement point. 4 kills already in the name, only 4 kills still executed. They'll have to get more kills if they have to maintain the first position. And the zone moves in, gives the advantage to the side of KG. That's going to be Kutty Gokul, the last player standing. He's just going to wait it out for all these teams to fight out against each other, and eventually he'll just need to take down 1 or 2 players who will be moving in towards the zone from the center.
Exactly, that is what I was going to talk about. But look at that, a blind spot being created from the side of Team Action Bolt. They don't want Team TSG to get the frags on them, as Mr. J is doing the snipes back to back. He is making them vulnerable, and he's not allowing them to come outside, because as soon as they come outside, they have one more team to face. And I was talking about that team. It was going to be PVS Gaming, and PVS Gaming, last player spotted, confirmed at the 5th position.
Well, looking on the last 4 teams, it's going to be Team TSG, Action Bolt, Kutty Gokul, and one more team that's going to be Antaryami. He's the solo man standing who is making it towards the zone. KG Spidey just gonna hold his location. He's knows that he's going to be paying the price at this moment as Action Bolt comes into action and takes down the flare. Beast getting spotted off at this moment. It's an opening for Team Action Bolt to take the Bua in this name as Spidey gets spotted on. It's going to be Beast going in for the close range fight against the side of Spidey. DSM comes in from the back. That's Action Bolt coming in from the back, but KG Army getting eliminated. The 3rd place gives an opening for the side of Team TS for the side of Team Action Bolt to take the Booyah in the name, and they are able to execute it. A beautiful Booyah in the name with Fabindra with 5 kills. The maximum number of frags at this moment is going to be at the hands of Action Bolt, because the ability to ability to dissect and take down the teams at this moment is so commendable for this game.
Well, Action Bolt, they did manage to take out each and every team that was surviving the last zone, and when there were 5 teams, Action Bolt had an angle on all of them. Well, that is one of the main reasons they got the Booyah in their hands.
Well, the logo popping up on our screens right now. We can look at them. They'll be pretty much happy with the performance in this game. But let's look up on the next 3 games that will be coming up pretty much soon. There will be 3 more games after the break that will be coming up. But when we talk about this game, it's time to look up onto the highlights of this game, where we can see where it all started, how TSG was not able to perform in this match, and how PVS was able to dissect through batch 99, if I was correct.
Yeah.
They just sacrificed one of the players, but eventually was able to make it towards the top 5. As you look onto the highlights of the previous match, it all started here off at Shrines, where B99, where it was batch 99, was the Lokesh Gamer, and Lokesh Gamer was able to take down 3 players from the side, 1 player from the side of Team Batch 99, and the second player, Farfrost, also was taken down, and Shino spotted a player out in the human, and yes, Divyansh. Shino took down Divyansh, and Batch 99 finished off early, so that was a different fight between PVS and one of the squads that was out there, but I'm not
Lokesh Gamer.
Let's see which game, because it's obviously going to pop up on our screens in the next few minutes.
Well, talking about Team Alpha Free Fire and the team number 9, that was going to be Kutty Gokul. The man himself was already knocked out, as Alpha Free Fire, one of the mans from Kutty Gokul, he managed to survive till the end. And talking about FF Antaryami, he got the 3rd position. Oh, sorry for that. 2nd position being confirmed by Team Action Bolt in the last So wow, that was a great moment. KG Spidey and FF Antaryami, the two players that we talked about from the two different sides. One player was allowed by PVS Gaming, and one player was allowed by Alpha Free Fire. Both the players they managed to get the #2 and the #3 spot.
Well, I'm pretty much sure that team Action Bolt was just holding it out and not fighting off against any squad because they knew that if they take down TSG Army, it's a very easy booyah for them. They were waiting it out for TSG to make it out in the open. They already had executed 2 frags onto the side of TSG at the beginning itself, and all they needed to do was take down the remaining 2 players before making it to the zone, because they know that if the remaining 2 players are still going to be alive, it's going to be difficult for them. But eventually, all turns out good for them.
Well, that was a good turnout for them, as now it was the booyah in their hands and Action Bolt won it. And now we are going into the break. We'll be right back with the match number 4. So stay tuned in, make sure to like the stream, and we'll be right back.
Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is supporting virtual ways of learning, even in remote areas. You'll see our 5G leadership powering always connected mobile PCs, and wherever multiplayer gaming is connecting more friends in real time. At Qualcomm, we remain focused on transforming industries, creating jobs, and supporting the economy. The invention age is here. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. That means you'll see our 5G leadership transforming industries like agriculture. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything.
You deserve a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone, with battery life that can last for days. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, strap!
One, two, three, strut!
It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. Check it out. Wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job.
You deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in other worlds and explore new realities. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve a camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. What's inside your mobile device matters.
早安，能量。你的建议书做得真好。
I'm so glad to hear it.
It's why the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform matters. Because you deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in virtual worlds and explore new realities. You deserve an intelligent camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. and a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone with battery life that can last for days. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G.
谢谢 Daniel。
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And you deserve the ability to stream crisp, high-resolution videos in more places anytime with 5G. You deserve all the best 5G experiences. That's why your devices deserve the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. Check it out. Drop it down. Check it out. Wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Influencer Invitational of the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series Season 2 powered by Poco. And 3 matches already done and dusted. First match, the Booyah going in for Gaming Tamizhanl. The second match, the Booyah going for TSG Army. And the third match for Action Bolt Gaming. For the teams, for the players, or for all the viewers who are joining us right now, this is the Snapdragon Conquest Season 2, where we had invited 12 of the influencers to join with the teams. The first day is already done and dusted yesterday, where we had games of Clash Card coming in, each team taking home 20,000 after winning the particular Clash Card. But right now, they are contesting for the prize pool of 1,80,000 rupees, where the first prize will be taking home 50,000 rupees, and so on.
Well, it is already the time for the match number 4. The matchup of that match number 4 is going to come where all the 12 teams, we already know the names, but it is going to the Bermuda map.
It's going to the Bermuda map. Let's talk about the teams that will be joining up for the new viewers who are joining us for the moment. It's going to be GZ Army, Gaming Tamizhanl, FF Antaryami, Batch 99 Esports, Action Bolt, and Kutty Gokul coming in on the first page from the Influencer Invitational. And on the second slide, we have Alpha Free Fire, PVS Gaming, Dave Alone, Hello Telugu Gamers, TSG Army, and Lokesh Gamer coming in. For those of you who have joined the stream right now, do not forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe at this moment, and stay tuned to the channel for all the updates and giveaways. Also, at the same time, there will be diamond giveaways, and maybe in the finals we have something special lined up for you. And also for the finals, there will be someone new joining us. We won't be revealing any names, but you will be knowing it soon. The posters that will be posted on the Instagram handles of the Snapdragon Conquest. But let's look upon the casters' prediction coming up from the English, Hindi, Telugu, and Tamil. This is broadcasted in 4 languages at this moment. If you are familiar with any of the 4 languages and you feel like you should listen into that, you can go and stay tuned to that channel itself in that language itself.
Well, now it's the time for the caster prediction, as there is going to be difference of opinions. From Hindi desk, we have TSG Army from Manish Nayak and Oro choosing in for PVS Gaming once again. Talking about English desk, you are choosing for Hello Telugu Gamers in this match, and I'm going for Batch 99 Esports. Okay, from Tamil desk, you also have Gaming Tamizhanl going for Warloop, and TSG Army by the side of Hotshot, and T18 Gaming will be choosing Action Bolt. Meanwhile, TK Official is going for Hello Telugu Gamers. So 2 votes for Hello Telugu Gamers, 2 votes for TSG Army, and 1 each vote for Gaming Tamizhanl, Action Bolt, PVS Gaming, and Batch 99 Esports.
Well, let's see how HTG is able to do it, because they were pretty much close in getting the Booyah in one of the games, if I am correct. But it's time to enter into the match of Bermuda. For the first time after the break, I'm looking at the map of Bermuda. So let's see if my prediction goes right. I've gone with HTG at this moment. So HTG looks a bit more formidable for me, because they are able to do something out of the box, going in for that early skirmishes against the time. So every match we can see that there's Batch 99 fighting at the side of Shrines in Kalahari against the side of Team Lokesh Gamer. So something that similarly happens in this map of Bermuda is the side of GZ Army fighting it against the side of Lokesh Gamer, if I'm correct, at the side of Shipyard or something. Let's see how the match turns out, because the flight path will be popping up on our screens in a few moments.
Well, in this match, we are really interested, because the first Bermuda that was played today, it was won by TSG Army. So the eyes would be on them. But yes, we are straightforward going in and diving into the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series Influencer Invitational. day number 2 and the match number 4 going to start off on the moment of the plane has started off from the plantation going and ending towards the Mars Electric or the Rimnam village, and it's a northern to the southern plane path on the western side.
Well, as we look onto the shipyard, we have Team KG, Kutty Gokul already taking shipyard, TSC going in for bullseye, and graveyard spreading out in the open. They will have the blue zone advantage if they are opting to go in for observatory. It's going to be Team Gaming Tamizhanl also contesting against the side of Team TSG Army. Looking forward. Early skirmishes between the side of Team Antaryami Gaming and again with GZ Army. Antaryami Buddy being spotted off at this moment will be taken down from the side of Niku, and Niku will be confirming the kill. Beast has been knocked out at this moment. Antaryami paying the price for the second time. Vishwas has been knocked out. Last player still standing for the side of Antaryami is going to be Antaryami himself and is out. No guns on his side. It's Amedron pouring lead from the other side. Antaryami getting finished off at the 12th place. And it's going to be Rahul OP for getting that kill in his name. Damage being dealt by the side of TSM Favendro. But yeah, that's going to be easy 4 kills for the side of Team GZ Army with Rahul OP getting those 3 kills in the name. Niku spots Amedron out in the open. He knows that there is a player in front of him. He's going to play it safe and sound eventually and get engaged in the gunfight against the side of Team Action Bolt.
Well, you know the name. That is going to be Team Action Bolt. Amedron quite in the open. He is one of the lone players holding that compound, but he also has to fall back. Talking about GZ Army, look at Rahul OP. Just with the help of one gun, that was going to be Thompson, and he got 3 frags. Cape?
Well, 3 frags in his name in the starting itself against the side of Team Antaryami. Gives the support of Rahul. He knows that how to take the kills, and now it's the fight against Team ALF. That's going to be Alpha Free Fire versus the side of Lokesh Gamer. Alpha Nikhil gets spotted. He gets traded off. At the same time, Vishal gets traded off. It's going to be Rishabh. 2 players down from the side of ALF. 1 player finished off. Rishabh has been finished off at this moment. Nikhil has to be real careful as Shino comes in from the back. Shahil is at a very close HP, at the close range. And it's going to be ALF right now suffering at the hands of Team Lokesh Gamer, as Vishal is the only player knocked out at this moment. Vishal will get that revive that he needs from the teammate. At the same time, Nikhil will be finished off. The kill goes into the hands of Team Lokesh Gamer. Yash getting spotted out in the open. Tracks been coming in from the side of Shino with a double vector in his hand. But it's going to be TSM Mr. J getting knocked out at this moment. Nadeem is knocked out. The last player standing from the side of ALF is going to be Yash. And will he be able to play for the placement points for his team is the question. Let's see if he's able to fall back at this moment from the side of Bhima Shakti Strip against the side of Team Lokesh Gamer.
Lokesh Gamer is just making him run for a big circle because he's right now holding a good position on the Bhima Shakti Strip. Still, the position is not looking good for him because they are just making him run. Also talking about Yash, spotted by Shino, confirmed by Shino. It was the SKS and the scope, and it's an end to the side of Alpha Free Fire at the 11th spot.
Well, when we come into the side of LR with 4 kills already in the name, and the Action Bolt has been spotted in this moment. It's going to be GZ Army getting the kill confirmation onto the side of Action Bolt himself. And as we look onto Amedron, an AP popped up from the side of Rahul OP, the glue wall. The Chrono Shield holds him a bit back. The Chrono Shield is going to do the blockage of the grenade, and Amedron still stays alive to fight against the side of GZ Army.
Well, look at Rahul OP. Rahul OP is going for the right-hand side flank. And meanwhile, Amedron spotted in the open. He's trying to get the damage. But no, that HP damage is going to have a lot more on him because Rahul OP was a good trade. But Promit manages to survive his teammate. And also look at that. 2 players surrounding the last player from the side of Action Bowl. That is going to be Fabindro, the man, the IGL. Also caught in the open by Next the CM. And Action Bowl out of the game at the 10th spot.
Well, when we look onto the side of B99, it's going to be Prahas, Farfrost, and Ninja and Freak holding a different angle. All the 4 players playing a skilled gameplay, spotting the side of Tamizhanl. Mr. Beast has been knocked out at this moment. Ting tries to take a different angle, trying to go in for an off angle against the side of Bags 99. Ting has to be really careful because when he goes in for the push onto the side of Freak, he has to watch out for the off angle as he is held at this moment. Freak spots him, and it's going to be Ting paying the price for coming out in the open, and will be finished off at this moment because the last player standing for Team
Gaming
Tamizhanl is going to be Shahir, who's the last solo man on the top of the terrace at this moment.
Well, Shahir is also low in HP. He has no healings available. Meanwhile, he has his hands on the farmers. So, Ninja and the other guy that is going to be Prahas threw a grenade, but that was on the left-hand side. Might be he had to know that he was on the right-hand side, but no. Ninja will be confirming that frag by the M1887, the jump shot, 1 headshot, and you have the frag in your name.
Well, when you look onto the side of B99, Freak Prahurst, Farfrost, and Ninja. These are the players who were able to do some wonders in the game number 2. But let's look upon the point standings of the match number 3. The previous match itself, as it's going to be the winners. Action Bolt on the top with 44 points. PVS at the second place with 28. Tamizhanl at the third with 21. Alpha Free Fire at the fourth with 20. And Kutty Gokul at the fifth with 19. Bash 99 Esports and Hello Telugu Gamers at the 11th and 12th place with 4 points each. So it's somewhere a bit difficult for them to make a bounce back eventually.
You know, I think teams like Bash 99 Esports and Hello Telugu Gamer. Oh, sorry for that. Not Hello Telugu Gamer. Lokesh Gamer. These are the two teams in the 3 matches that they have played. 2 matches have gone worst. So Bash 99 and Lokesh Gamer need to just relocate their strategies, reallocate the movements that they do, reallocate the points that they hold, and reallocate their drops to some different positions, because there are 12 teams but you have around 17 to 18 spots in the map to loot out for. You can go for a split drop just like what Action Bolt does in the Bermuda map. Talking about team Bash 99, they have got 3 frags. Might be they have allowed one of the teammates that was previously done by the other team, that was Action Bolt, and they paid the price because FF Antaryami, they managed to secure the second position in that match.
Well, as you look onto the map, we have Team KG fighting against the side of Team Lokesh Gamer. Team KG might go in for the push any moment right now. As we look onto Shino, is right now at a lower HP. PVS comes in for the push onto the side of Lokesh Gamer. HTG Sniper from the side of Hello Telugu Gamers is knocked down at this moment. Nobita goes in for a push. Nate Bikukni from the side of Shivam. Glue wall almost ready to be popped up from the side of Nobita, and it comes up at the moment, and it's going to give them the advantage. But meanwhile, it's going to be Nobita suffering at the hands of Shivam, and Nate being popped up at the moment. Shahid off angle coming in from Shiv. A clever move from the side of Shiv to go in for the back longer rotation and take the knock.
Oh, Shivam!
But it will be Yo keeping the prize. He's knocked out by the grenade at this moment, but Shivam will be traded off from the side of PVS, and PVS will be putting an end to the last player. That's going to be Shivam, just playing it out very safe. Shino has been knocked out at this moment. Shiv just comes in from the back, and very much clever move from the side of Shiv. He needs to heal up. He's at 8 HP, but still has decided to take the fight before healing up. Bro, heal up first before taking the fight.
Well, he knows that the other two teammates that he has would be dealing the lot of damage on Team LR7 as Chino gets taken down, and with that cover, Rohit in the open. A sniper shot in the close range, and that Carnadiate shot landed on the head. So now, PVS Gaming, they have eliminated Lokesh Gamer at the 8th position. Might be the dreams are over for Lokesh Gamer, because 4 matches and only 1 match was possible for them to perform.
Well, when it comes to the side of PVS with all 4 kills onto the, 4 kills already executed. The last player standing is still there, but as we look onto the side of GZ Army, they come in from the back. It's going to be Dave also focusing their gunpowder, focusing the lead sprays onto the side of PVS Gaming. PVS Gaming right now will be suffering between the side of 2 of these scores, and the last player from the side of Lokesh Gamer, if he's still alive?
No, Lokesh
Gamer get finished off. So Lokesh Gamer has finished off at this moment, but PVS will be paying the price of losing one of the key players, Yogi, at this moment, as PVS Rohit wants to go in for a longer rotation and move in towards the zone is still in the advantage favor of all the squads. The first zone is about to close in. Shiv pays the price. Shiv is going to get finished off by the hands of Rahul OP. As we talk about 7 teams still remaining, 24 players still alive, 9 kills already in the hands of Team GZ Army. My goodness, they are looking quite strong in this match, and they might go in for the push. It's going to be Niku coming out in the open, tagged off at this moment by the side of Rohit, and he will try to finish those kills before running off back into the zone.
Well, I think I have a title for the side of GZ Army, but no, Rohit will be finishing his kill on the side of Vorgod Niku. So Vorgod Niku out of the game now. It's a 2 versus 3 fight, and meanwhile from the other side you have Dave alone coming for a third party. It was looking really good for GZ Army, but you have 2 squads fighting against them. Now the things are changing.
Well, things always change, and when it comes to the side of Dev alone, Rod Raj is spotted off at this moment. PVS Nobita trying to land some shots on the side of Dev alone as Tempesta gets knocked out. Another fight happening between the side of Team PAG. PVS have both of the squads giving the blessing, and this guy's coming in for them because all the fights, all the gunpowder of KG was focused on the side of PVS, but TAG comes in out of nowhere and takes down 3 players. The last player going to standing right now for the side of Kutty Gokul is going to be the man himself, and he is almost getting finished off at this moment, and he will be playing the prize and ending off at the 6th position. Most likely will he be able to pull off a 1v4. It's highly unlikely at the amount of HP he's remaining at this moment, and Kutty Gokul
manages to get a knock
onto the side of Legend at this moment, but eventually gets taken down. He tried to get the turn the knock into a finish, but eventually was not able to do it. And Ojasvi pops up a grenade onto the side of PVS Gaming.
No, that grenade won't be dealing a lot of damage on them, and we have around 6 squads and 18 players surviving. I think I was going to give a title to GZ Army that they are the TSG of this match. But you know what? TSG is still surviving and they are having kills in their hand.
Well, when we come to the side of PVS Gaming, Nobita is still alive. He's just gonna hold it out, and the other player from PVS is also somewhere close by. Next, the CM is going to be the last player standing from the side of GZ Army, and the nade is still doing some of the damage. Rohit tries to team up with it, come back to his teammate, but he's very much out in the open and will be finished off if Nobita does not come in for the backup for his teammate. Next, the CM wants to go in for the push. Nobita is still holding it out very much safely. He's just like playing hide and seek at this moment, but Nobita decides to go in very much out in the open and try to give the revive to his teammate, but gets finished off eventually. Prometh had his cross as said. A headshot comes in from the side of GZ Army Prometh, and that's an end to PVS Gaming at the 6th position. A quadra kill, 4 kills already in the name of Prometh. He will be spotting off next the CM, who will be running out in the open, making his way into the zone, but if it's not late for him, he can easily execute when we come to the side of TSG Army with all the 4 players standing.
Oh!
And it's going to be Vihan. I spoke a bit too quick. Vihan getting knocked out at this moment gives an opening for Team Dave alone to go in for the push onto the side of TSG Army, but Vihan will get that revive most likely because of the covers that they are already in. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Evribo being traded off at this moment, but Ojasvi with that SKS in his hand.
Well, Ojasvi with that SKS landed a perfect headshot on the Evribo. Meanwhile, Sufyan with that Kar 98 shot did manage to get a knock on Ojasvi, but Ojasvi with that trade shot, I think as soon as he got picked up, he wanted to take a revenge. He managed to do that.
Well, Ojasvi coming back into action with the SKS in his hand. Let's move on towards the side of Team TSG with all the 4 players standing. 5 kills already in the name. Let's see how they are able to execute it, because it's just the 5 teams still standing. Solo player from the side of Team GZ Army. Solo player from the side of one more team that's going to be... next the CM and EG Prometh are 2 players. 2-2 and 4-4. And I think Team B99 is with a 3-man advantage. Let's see how this turns out for them, because HTG has lost one of the players. It's just up to Storm, the last man standing for his side and for his team. It's just the second zone closing in, and we still have only just 5 teams remaining, and all these 5 teams know this location of each other. So this fight is gonna last for a few moments. There's gonna be a lot of knocks and skirmishes happening. All of these teams will be depleting their resources at the same moment.
Well, I think the UAV summoned by the side of Team GZ Army is not going to reveal anyone, because it is towards the northern side. One team, 2 players around, if I remember, are still holding that position. But talking about Team Badge 99 Esports, they're still on the edge of the zone, and there is an empty spot near the plantation where you can go for that rotation, and the zone also lands right there. So if the spot is open, if the exact position is open, and this is the time when only 5 squads are remaining and we have 5 zones to go. Look at that, the 3rd zone being so small, and I talked about that compound. The zone is going towards Team TSG.
Well, plantation gives an advantage to B99 also to make it towards the zone, as the danger zone forms on the side of TSG. They still have covers on them. They do have shelter in front of them, so they can get into a house and it will be easy for them to just stay it. But the team right now in question is going to be Dave alone, with Nagra just holding it out on the other side of the dam and the remaining 3 players on the other edge. So this is something, a divided gameplay, a 1-2-3 gameplay coming in from the side of Team Dave alone. And as we talk about B99, they're just gonna hold it out in the corners, waiting for the teams that will be eventually entering into the zone, but they are unaware that there's all the teams already have made their way into the zone. They will be eventually moving inside, and there's the danger zone just falling in on their airdrops. They wanted to go in and pick up the airdrops, but they will be careful enough not to give those kills and not to take damage from the danger zone at this moment.
Well, I think all the airdrop summonings that they can do, Badge 99 is just busy doing that. I think I had a question in my mind that Badge 99 is not going for a zone cover up. They're holding on the edge and they're summoning around 15 to 20 drops at that spot. Well, I think they just won the tier 3 loot, because they need to go in for the last zone fights, and when you have all the level 3 vests and helmets, then it always looks good for you. Talking about Team Bash 99 right now engaging against Team TSG, they have Spore in them, some shots being fired from the AC-80s and the Kingfishers, the DMRs for the win. Talking about that sniper rifle, the treatment sniper, but still the treatment gun is easily available. The treatment sniper is not. As soon as you pick it up, you just use it and just throw it for the other player to use it. Talking about Freak, he has his hands on that. Oh, Vihan. I was going to talk about another weapon, but Vihan having that AWM, one shot, and the enemy team, and the enemy player is dead.
Well, Farfrost right now spotting on the player in front of him, trying to take the knock onto the side of Team TSG. TSG right now being poured led on by the side of Dave alone, as well as the side of Team Badge 99. It's going to be the 2 players from the side of Team GZ Army moving into the side of HTG, and HTG will be spotting off any moment right now as he makes into the last player from the side of HTG, makes it towards the zone.
Well, look at Badge 99 already having 6 kills, but they still need to go for the zone. They have that height advantage, but at what cost? Because Dave alone, look at their position. It is perfect. Whoa, TSG. Look at that. 4 drops in a perfect position where TSG was holding, and they have made a boundary that we are here, just contest us and get the zone.
Well, as we talk about the side of Batch 99, they eventually have made into the zone. Dave alone trying to make into the zone is going to be facing the wrath of the side of Team Tamizhanl as Dave Ribo is spotted off at this moment. A grenade launcher in his hand might do some damage onto the side of Team Tamizhanl. Meanwhile, HTG Storm just waiting it out. He knows that there's 2 players from the side of Tamizhanl who is moving in front of them. He does not want to disturb them. He's gonna let them move on and eventually move into the zone himself or try to play for the placement points or maybe go in for a heal battle as the 4th zone has started closing in and 5 teams still standing, 15 players alive, 1 player from the side of HTG Gaming, 2 players from the side of GZ Army, 4 players in the side of B99, TSG Army, and they alone. For 4v4v fight, 4v4v4 fight, and a 1v1v2. As TSG OHSP gets spotted on, it's going to be Freak getting a knock onto him. He's trying to go in for the finish. Wihan takes some damage from the side of Ninja. Ninja with the Groza in his hand goes in for a long range, trying to get some shots. He spots Storm out in the open. Storm right now being tagged off. It's going to be a trade coming in from Legend, who comes in with the Groza, gets a headshot knock onto the side of Team B99 Ninja. B99 have to be really careful.
Oh,
and at the same time, Rippo comes in with the grenade launcher. This is what I've been talking about. If Rippo is able to execute that knock, it will be an opening for them to go in for the push onto the side of Gave alone. Meanwhile, look at the rotation coming in from the side of GZ Army. They have gone in for a longer rotation from the side of the water. Dave alone was not able to spot them. Lord Raj, if he jumps down, he will be a victim right now at the height of GZ Army. And the Chrono Shield being popped up will not give him the advantage at the same time.
No,
Lord Raj will be paying the prize any moment right now as shots are being exchanged at this moment. Prometh and Next the CM are still standing. It's the fight they were trying to. They were not able to execute that knock onto Lord Raj. It was so easy for them, but I don't know what lagged on front of them. And Next the CM is still trying to go in with the shot and nade from the side of Prometh does the job finally and is gonna go in for the push onto the side of Ribo, but Ribo has to be careful of the nade being popped up from the side of Prometh at this moment. Prometh knows that he can go in for the kill finish, and yes, he goes in for the kill finish with Uzi in his hand.
Well, look at Team GZ Army having 12 kills. They are still standing in the top 4 as only 14 players, or I can say 13 players survive. The 5th zone is going to close in, and after this zone, the 10th zone is going to come. TSU Wuhan with that M2B is going to land that shot on Badge 99. Badge 99, they have a good zone position as they still have 3 players in their hand, but TSG Army. Rippo! No, how can you do that? 3 players with that grenade launcher, and GZ Army out of the game.
2 players by the grenade launcher. Ribo took out 2 players from the side of GZ Army, and right now coming into the side of Dave alone with 3 kills in the hands is right now looking very strong. But Rithik comes in from the back and takes no account to the side of the team Dave alone as Rithik is not down paying the prize. It's going to be B99 taking the advantage and getting the kill executed onto the side of TSG Rithik with the car 19 in his hand. 2 players from the side of Dave alone. 3 players on the side of B99 and 3 players from the side of Team TSG Army. A nade comes in from the side of B99, but tosses off on top of the glue wall and does not do any damage onto the side of Zemalam. But this nade might be the damage. Sufyan gets knocked out. It's going to be knocked out. And B99 3v3 fight against the side of TSG Army. The dead zone comes in. It's the side of B99 going for the push. Legend spots off Ninja out in the open. Legend popped up at this moment. Wihan getting knocked off, and Legend is blinded at this moment. Legend doesn't know what's happening, and it's going to be Bash 99 taking the booyah in the name with 3 kills executed onto the side of Team TSG Army with just 6 kills, 6 overall kills in the name.
Well, look at Ninja and Prahast with the grenades got around 4 to 5 frags, and Ninja is now the MVP with 5 frags in their hands. And now you have Badge 99 Esports as the winners, and once again my prediction landing right.
Well, Badge 99 making it towards the top itself comes up to say that they are keeping up the consistency and they will be eventually making it to the top after match number 4. Looking at the way they have performed in the previous matches, it's very easy for them to bounce back. After the 3rd match they had a setback, but 1st, 2nd and the 4th match have worked out in the favor. But let's look up on the highlights of the match number 4 of the Influencer Invitational Day 2.
Well, now is the time for the highlights where we'll be seeing how it started, how it went in the middle, and how it ended with a booyah in the hands of Badge 99 Esports. And there we go, the highlights for the match number 4. The first fight between Team FF Antaryami and between Team GZ Army. Then GZ Army, Rahul OP, he got 3 kills with the Thompson. And after that, it was engaged between TSM and GZ Army. Talking about this fight, Alpha Free Fire got taken out of the game at the 11th position. Then it was Team GZ Army and TSM that I was talking about. spot. At the 10th position was Action Bowl getting eliminated. Then it was a fight between Patch 99 and the Gaming Tamizhanl. Gaming Tamizhanl dealing a lot of damage on the side of Patch 99, but still they weren't able to do that as they were eliminated at 9th spot. Lokesh Gamer and the other team that was just entering at this position were looking really promising, but they were also not able to do it as Lokesh Gamer were eliminated at the 8th spot.
Well, Team Kutty Gokul had an advantage to get the kills onto the side of PVS, but with TSG Army coming in from nowhere and taking down the advantage, gave them most of the kills from the side of Kutty Gokul. Kutty Gokul was the last player standing, but the way that EG made, that was Team GZ Army making a longer rotation. They came in for a flank, but I'm pretty much sure that they will be on the top after the end of this match. They were able to get maximum number of kills, and somewhere they were able to execute 13 kills overall, if I'm correct. Let's see when in the overall leaderboard when it comes up. And the way that B99 flashed Team TSG Army, they were making sure that they are blinded at this moment so that they do not know where Team B99 is pushing from. So they were able to execute the kills onto the side of Vihan and Farfrost at the same time, with the blinds being put in, with the stuns being put in front of them. And it was just moments before Legend was taken down, and that's a shutdown coming in for Team TSG Army.
Well, it was Team Badge 99, right? So not 3 games back to back, not a hat trick, but still I got 3 predictions right, so I'm really happy. But now it's the time for the match number 5, and the match number 5 is going to be played on the Bermuda map.
No, it's going to be played on Kalahari. It's going to be played on Kalahari. And let's look up on the matchup for the one last time before stepping into the match. It's going to be GZ Army Gaming, Tamizhanl, FF Antaryami, Batch 99 Esports, Action Gaming, and Kutty Gokul coming in. And let's see the teams joining us again from the page number 2. It's going to be PVS Gaming and then
TSG
Army,
Lokesh Gamer,
Lokesh Gamer, and 2 more teams coming on.
Hello Telugu Gamers, Alpha Free Fire.
Yeah.
These are going to be the 12 teams joining in the match number 5 of the Influencer Invitational day number 2, where it was the classic mode. Now we are done with 4 matches, so we know how these teams play, how the strategy is going to land for them. In the previous match, I think I have one statement to make, that they alone were looking so promising with their spot, with their position, but still they were not able to do that.
Well, the advantage was always in the side of TSG Army because they were holding that position for so long, but Batch 99 came in for a longer rotation, and that gave them the advantage that they needed. They were able to dissect through the side of the maximum number of frags was on the side of GZ Army. They were able to take down the 2 players from the side of GZ Army. That was Ribo doing all the work from the side of B99, and then they've eventually they've had no idea. They've alone had no... Like, they were dissected through of the squads. They had to fight off against B99 and they had to fight off against TSG Army. But let's look up on the predictions before we move into the next match. Action Bolt being opted in by DK Official, Hotshot, and me at the same time. When we go into the Hindi desk, we have Monish going in for HTG. We have Walloop going in for HTG and T18 for HTG. And in the Hindi desk, Blackbeard is going to go in for Alpha Free Fire. And you're going to go with Lokesh Gamer for this match.
Well, I think I would be going for the Lokesh Gamer. And I'm the only one going for Lokesh Gamer. 3 casters going for Action Bolt, 3 casters going for Hello Telugu Gamers. Well, one of the casters, I don't remember, Masab is going for Alpha Free Fire.
Yeah, I think Masab has a difference of opinion. Let's see
just
if
like
it works out for him. Because yesterday it did when it came to Antaryami. He was just the sole man standing in for Antaryami Gaming in the Clash Squad. And Antaryami was the ones who took home the 20k. And let's see how it turns out for them in this match. Number 5 as we enter into the match. Kalahari coming up. Again, early skirmishes between Lokesh Gamer and B99. I'm hoping for sure, because these are the drop locations. Once you have opted for a drop location, you do not want to leave it at any cost. You know that whatever, even if we lose 1 or 2 players, this is the place that we can play from, because if you take any other places, we do not know how to do rotations from them. But yes, it's time to enter into the match. Number 5 of the Snapdragon Conquest Influencer Invitational.
Well, the plane has started off, the plane has took off, and yes, it is the match number 5. We have a rise on the team PVS Gaming, plane starting off from the bayfront near about the shrines and going towards the sub. So it is dissecting the map from north to south in a straight half.
Well, the blue zone forming at shrines is going to give the advantage to team Lokesh Gamer, and this time I don't see GZ Army. GZ Army has gone for its foundation. different drop location being opted in by multiple squads. B99 tried to land somewhere away from Refinery, but eventually realized that nobody went into Refinery and we will play from Refinery. So every team has decided to go in for different locations. That's going to be AV, Antaryami, going in at a close skirmish against Team Tamizhanl, and they will be eventually paying the price because Tamizhanl, once they get the guns, they will obviously go in for the push onto the side of Team Devi Sports.
Well, that is Team Dev alone.
Team Antaryami. Against Team Antaryami. And coming to Team Devi Sports, they're just going to play it safe and steady at the council hall. No squads nearby, easy loots in the hand.
Well, yes, those are some easy loots because no score to contest. But meanwhile, on the shrines, I'm kind of amazed because on the shrines, you always saw, right, Badge 99 going against Lokesh Gamer. Well, it is not happening in the match number 5. So I think Lokesh Gamer is looking for some different things. But look at that at Mammoth. You have 4 squads. Team Gaming Tamizhanl, on that angle we have Hello Telugu Gamers, we have FF Antaryami, we have PVS Gaming, and from FF Antaryami you have only 3 players?
Well, yeah, I think FF Antaryami only has 3 players at this moment. So, no, they should
one
have.
player is disconnected.
I think one player did not make it towards the inside the flight. And as we look onto the Shiv getting finished off at this moment, Vishwesh putting an end to the side of Antaryami. No, Vishwesh putting the side onto the PVS Gaming. PVS Gaming comes in for the push. Yogi comes in for the push with the P90. Gets a knock on the side of Vishwesh and gonna confirm the kill at the same time.
Well, that
1
is
HP.
Good revenge.
1 HP.
1 HP.
He's at 1 HP right now. A single shot, even a single shot passing by, a bullet passing by can't even knock him down at this moment.
Yeah, I think it is the perfect HP to talk about because we do talk, right? Even if the player is surviving with 18 HP or 20 HP, you know why you say 1 HP, right? 1 bullet and you have that player down. But it was literally 1 HP with the boosters, not even healing himself. Talking about Team PVS Gaming, they are right. They have engaged against Team FF Antaryami. They have got 1 frag, but they have lost Shiv. Now only with 3 players, they're quite equal to Team FF Antaryami. Talking about Rohit, he has taken his hands on the bike, and that skin was amazing.
Well, as we talk about the side of PVS Gaming with all the 3 players still back again in the game, we talk onto the side of MG. That's going to be Team Tamizhanl Gaming Tamizhanl coming into play. It's B99 also with 3 players this time. I don't understand why the players couldn't have joined, or some network issue might have happened from the side. But eventually they will be able to move it out for the side for themselves. It will be easier for them to come out.
Yeah, because right now taking an angle on Team Gaming Tamizhanl, they are looking good with the spot. They are on the Refinery. The zone might come upon and land upon Refinery because it was a center plane path, right? And you know how the zone is going to close in between Refinery, Santa Catarina Bayfront, or the zone is going to go towards the southern side of Refinery when the players will move up from the Stone Ridge, and it is going to land good for Team Action Board because it is TSM FTX in their hands and they make a rotation from the side of Stone Ridge. But still, holding this position on Refinery would help them a lot because they are one of the main kings at this moment because 4 Unknown is not there, Evil Army is not there. You talk about the Team Dev alone. Look at them. They are on the shrines, but they have no one to contest them, and they have the blue tier loot too.
Well, they have the blue tier loot. They are alone with 9 glue walls. The way that they have done the farming is so good that they are set for this match. As we talk about the side of GZ Army, Promo just knocked out this moment. That's going to be Gaming Tamizhanl going in for the push onto the side of GZ Army. Let's see how they're gonna go in for the push. As for the 4 players are still standing, they spot Niku out in the open. Niku is gonna pay the price at this moment. Niku getting finished off. He's trying to get. This is going to be Beast trying to get the finish off through the glue walls at this moment.
Well, he's trying to get the knocks from the AC-80. He's trying to finish his kill, but is not able to do that as Mahesh Gaming, or I can say Mahesh Gaming from the left-hand side has spotted Team GZ Army from a different angle. But yes, another glue wall will be made on the right-hand side of that rock, and he will be safe from that. But no, Shahir, he won't be allowing that as he got a knock on the opening of Team GZ Army, and now they're straightforward rushing in. Gaming Tamizhanl won't leave this chance.
Well, as you talk about the side of GT with all the 4 players standing, Mahesh Gaming right now getting tagged on at this moment. He goes in for the push onto the side of Team Gaming Tamizhanl, and he will be eventually paying the price because if he's not careful onto the side of GT. Okay, GT is Gaming Tamizhanl, and he's going to the side of push onto the side of GZ Army, and if he's not careful at this moment, there's one more squad on the top that is going to contest him at this moment. And yes, this is what I was talking about. LR Vishal comes in for the back, and Shahir is gonna pay the price. He's gonna get finished off. It's going to be GG Army, one more player knocked out. It's LR back again. They are the kill leaders of this match. 2 kills already executed in the name. They are gonna stay on the top and just execute maximum number of kills as they can. Just staying on the top. PVS Yuki comes in from the back, takes a kill onto the side of Promith, finishes him off. That's GG Army, last player standing at this moment.
Well, I think I was going to talk about PVS Gaming, because if a fight is going to engage near Refinery, where is PVS Gaming? That is the big question. But you have team LR7, that is team Lokesh Gamer, because they have nothing to lose. They have already lost 3 out of the 4 matches, and what they can do is just get the kills.
Well, kill is important because every kill is gonna give you 2 points, but a Lokesh Gamer is not able to play for the placement points, because one time they've already they didn't get a booyah in the name, and this time you predicted for them. So this might be a changer for them. This might be a game changer, and the gameplay coming in, a leveled up gameplay coming in at this moment. They are able to dissect through all the teams that are put in front of them. Next, the CM is also taken down from the side of Lokesh Gamer. 3 kills already in the name, with the first zone about to be closing in the next few seconds, and the second zone will be formed up in front of us in the next few seconds, and 12 teams and 40 players still standing.
You know, the flukes are landing perfectly because Lokesh Gamer is looking really good in the momentum. Talking about Team Alpha Free Fire, so they have 3 squads. Might be it's possible that Lokesh Gamer can get sandwich, and then it is going to be possible because Rishabh gets a knock on Vishal. Still, it's not looking like good for Team Lokesh Gamer, because look at Chino. He's really low on HP as Nikhil is there with the max 7. Only one single shot. That means only one single shot. If it's connected on Chino, he would be knocked out. He will be healing himself with the boosters as Nadeem. A perfect grenade landing on Chino, and he's right now knocked out.
Well, Rishabh going in for the push onto the side of that's Devalon. Yes, Rishabh trying to go in for the push on the side of Devalon. He has to be really careful. Nikhil gets watched off. It's going to be Sufyan taking the time knock onto the side of ALF, and he's going to confirm it at the same time. ALF, Rishabh, Nadeem, and Yash are the team and standing. They'll have to watch out for the side of Devalon as Nagraj is spotted out in the open. There's going to be early skirmishes coming in. A landmine is about to be set off by Nagraj. He wants to go in for a grenade. He's not decisive at this moment as B91 and is also at a very close range. LR comes in from the back. They are going to take, and the knock comes on to Rishabh. Rishabh is knocked out as well, but he gets taken out. The first player being traded in from the side of Lokesh Gamer, but still with a 3-man standing. It's going to be 4 kills already in the name. Lokesh Gamer making a comeback in this match, but will they be able to execute a booyah with 20 kills in the name of the question?
Well, Devalon was here for a save. Devalon just arrived like the gods for Team Alpha Free Fire, and they would be eliminating them at the 12th spot now. Lokesh Gamer, they got their second life, but I don't think so. They are looking out for that. They're looking out for frags, and they're doing it.
Well, as we come onto the side of Lokesh Gamer, 5 kills. They are going again and again for the maximum number of kills they can execute, and 8 being popped in from the side of Vishal. But a glue wall comes up by the side of Devalon, and they're gonna just stay it out. Very much cheeky angles being held on at this moment, as Shino is the man with the sniper. They've, with all the 4 players standing, Devalon, Lord Raj wants to come in with an off angle, but Shivam is the man who will be holding it out for his team and eventually taking the kills. But when we talk about Sufyan, he's also trying to come up back to his teammate. Vishal goes onto the terrace. He wants an altitude advantage at this moment, but let's see if they are able to execute the skills. As an 8 be blocked in from the side. Shivam gets a knock onto Lord Raj, and the second nade can do much of damage. Ribo has been knocked out. The last 2 players standing. Sufyan gets part of. A nade be cooked in from the side of Vishal can do much of damage, but the revive comes in almost for the teams, and it's going to be Shino coming in for a close range. Grad spotted off. Shino has been knocked out at this moment. Nagraj has been taken off. Shivam gets knocked out, so last player standing in for the side of LR is going to be Vishal, and that's an elimination for the side of Team LR. But finally, they have to bid goodbye with 5 kills on the side of Team Dev.
Well, Devalon
triple kill on the side of Sufyan.
Yes, triple kill. Sufyan was just holding on a different position. He was throwing grenades. He was holding that position with a sniper rifle, providing the perfect cover to his teammates because the other 3 players were around that house. Meanwhile, now it's the time for Gaming Tamizhanl going against Team Hello Telugu Gamers. Also, we have other 2 squads still fighting on the Mammoth. And how come 4 squads are still holding their same positions?
Well, it's all about holding and playing for the side of Team HTG at this moment, as A35 will be spotted off. He'll be paying the price because it's going to be Team Gaming Tamizhanl who does not stop to pull lead onto the teams they have once spotted out in the open. When we come on to the side of Magesh Gaming, like that's GT Army, they have lost 2 of this place. That's Gaming Tamizhanl losing Ting and Shahir in the early moments. I told Shahir if he comes out in the open, he's gonna pay the price. I predicted it, and that happened with Shahir because it was Lokesh Gamer who came in from the back. HTG Sniper getting spotted off. 2 players down from the side of Team HTG. At the same time, PVS comes in from the back. TSG engage in the fight against TSM. That's going to be Alpha.
Action Bolt.
Action Bolt.
Well, now we have an angle on the side of Gaming Tamizhanl going against Hello Telugu Gamers as Storm gets spotted out by that AC-80. He would be confirmed straightforward. Now, Team Action Bolt, they do have an angle on Team Gaming Tamizhanl, but from behind, this is GZ Army. Wargod Nico taking a lot of damage. Might be the red circle popping off near about him. He's not looking to enter the zone because he's already in the top 10. And he's not healing himself.
Well, all it comes to the last 9 teams at this moment, as PVS is right now holding with the maximum number of kills. That's 4 kills in the name, so they'll have to literally watch out and then make it to a zone. They have lost Shiv. It's I don't know about Shiv because Shiv does some damage, get some kills on his name. So I think PVS is still strong even after losing one of the members. Not a key player as of now because, based on the gameplay I've seen today, Shiv is not a man you have to be relying on to get the booyah. But when it comes to the side of Action Bolt, they have lost one of the players. That's TSM Fabindra, I guess. Or one of the players is already down at this moment. Gaming Tamizhanl is just gonna hold it out when it goes to the side of Magesh Gaming and the side of MG Beast. They're just gonna hold it out inside the building because the danger zone formed upon them. They do not want to go up in the open and then eventually pay the price for being out in the open.
Well, talking about the side of Team Gaming Tamizhanl, they have lost 2 players, but still, MG Beast was able to acquire 1 kill on the enemy team. Talking about the side of Team Action Bolt, well, you're right that they have 3 players in their hands. There is going to be Amidron, Action Bolt, and the player is going to be Mr. J. So they have lost their IGL. They have lost their IGL Fabindra, but I think so. And IGL gets a different angle on the team when he's playing and spectating the team. But also talking about when he's in the game, he can understand the exact position, how the team is looking, because how the team is going, he would know what power he has to go with, what supporting role he has to go with. Talking about Team PVS Gaming, they have got 4 frags, and now they're engaging in a close range fight with Team FF Antaryami as Buddy gets a knock on Team Dev alone. Nobita gets his kill confirmed against Team TSG Army. TSG Army now only 1 player remaining from Team PVS Gaming. Team TSG Army, they got Gaming Tamizhanl out of the game at the 9th spot. Now they have only 18s and 21 players surviving in the match, and the next zone is going to come in 40 seconds.
That was Team Action Bolt taking down Gaming Tamizhanl at this moment as we come on to the side of Team TSG going in for the push against the side. That's GZ Army getting finished off from the zone, but at the same time we look on to PVS suffering also right now at the hands of TSG Army. TSG Army putting an end to PVS Gaming at the 7th position. 6 teams still standing with the zone number 4 about to close in. UAVing someone at this moment will not reveal the location of any teams nearby because they are the only teams inside the zone. All the teams. I think there's team number 9 also eventually at the edge of the zone just holding it out, gate picking for the remaining spots. And they are not going to let the teams to come inside the zone. And it's going to be B99, that's Batch 99 coming into play with all the 4 players, TSG and Batch 99. Again, you're gonna see this action coming in, and if TSG is able to execute this booyah in the name, that's probably they're gonna be on the top of the leaderboard at the end of the day for sure, as Antaryami gets eliminated at the 6th position. 5 teams still standing. Comes up to say that Action Bolt is still in the game. Devalon is in the game. We have Team TSG in the game. We have Batch 99 in the game. And one more squad. I think a solo player from one of the squads is still alive. And I can't see him where he is. But maybe he'll be popping up on a screen in the next few seconds. As Kutty Gokul comes into action. Is the 5th squad. They take down 2 players from the side of Devalon. And the last player standing for Devalon is going to be Nagaraj, trying to make it towards the zone. But they have to watch out for Mr. Jai. Mr. Jai is holding an off angle. And Action Bolt has to go in. Mr. Jai will be giving the backup for Action Bolt at the same time. They are trying to go in for a long rotation, but Devalon gets eliminated, and it's time for Team Action Bolt to come into the zone. Meanwhile, the last player standing from the side of B99 is going to suffer at the hands of TSG Army.
TSG Army and eliminated from the zone. Eliminated from the zone. Eliminated at the 4th position now. It's only 3 teams surviving with 9 players in their hands. A 3 versus 4 versus 2. Team Action Bolt, they're out of the zone, and why? Why are they going for that? Kutty Gokul? Well, they have got 1 frag by the side of Tempesta on Action Bolt. Mr. Jai is out of the zone as he will be getting out of the game, but Team TSG will be taking the advantage of that.
Well, at the same time, when we look onto the side of TSG, they have the upper advantage because it's going to be the last 3 players standing from the side of Kutty Gokul. They are just below him. Legend, do not do a wrong move. Tempesta comes in.
Oh no, yes he will.
It's going to be a grenade from the side of Spidey, doing much of the damage onto the side of PSG Army as Legend gets knocked out. It's Oja's way, and Ritik still standing. They have to pull a 2v3 at this moment. It's going to be Kutty Gokul going in for the push. Ojas comes up with multiple glue walls in front of him. He's trying to go in for the push, but meanwhile has to look out for the nade being cooked in by the side of Gokul at this moment, and the nade is going to do the damage. Almost a knock comes in, but no. Ritik is the man who's going to stay alive and tell a different story. Tempesta gets knocked out. It's going to be Kutty Gokul standing. Ojas comes in from the back, almost about to take a knock, but it's Ritik who's about to come in from the back and almost spots Kutty Gokul, gets a knock onto him. Ritik is still alive. He knows that there's Spidey in front of him. He has to be really careful. He'll be finishing off Gokul at this moment and making sure that this location is not revealed at this moment. He's going to go around. It's Tamizhanl, the kill leaders as of now.
Well, the man himself, TSG Ritik, is going to go against Spidey because he still has one player to go. He knew it. He knew it. He was going for the revive.
He fell down. Did he fall down?
Yeah, he fall down.
Oh my, that's going to give the advantage on the side of Ritik with the double vector in his hand. He knows that Spidey is going to come up again. Spidey has to be really careful at this moment because Ritik will be coming up from the top, and the altitude advantage is always going to favor the player. And it's Ritik right now falling down almost and Ritik pays the price. It's going to be Kutty Gokul taking home the booyah in the name. At the very nth moment coming in, TSG loses it at the second place, but still, maximum number of kills will be on the side of Team TSG Army.
Well, I think that is one of the best predictions you have made because TSG Army was going throughout 5 to 6 squads in the last zone, and they had around 10 to 11 kills if I'm right. But also talking about gaming with Kutty Gokul.
Gokul, I knew there were 3 men, and I thought that where TSG Ritik will be able to take them down, but eventually Kutty Gokul, he got knocked out by the hands of Ritik. He was able to execute a knock and kill. If that player was still alive onto the side of TSG, the second player, it would have been easier for the side of TSG to pull it off.
Well, I think it's a time for the highlights that we get each and every update about this match, how it started and how it ended.
But looking at the highlights, let's look up on it. And as we look onto it, it all started where Antaryami went against the side of PVS, and Shiv was the first person to be taken down at the moment. And when it came to the eventual stages, it was all up to PVS Yogi. He was at 1 HP when he took that kill onto the side of AV.
Literally 1 HP when he took that kill because we explained that situation too long. But talking about this grenade, Nadeem, so accurate. While Chino was looking out for another flag, he was healing himself, but Nadeem said, you have no chance. After this, it was Team Dev alone where it was a 1 versus 1, but this single grenade did the change because Sufyan was holding a different position all along. He was not available in that fight for his team, but he was still available.
Well, when it comes to the side of Legend, with all the 3 players standing, they were able to execute most of the kills onto the side of Team Dev Esports against the side of Action Bolt. Action Bolt getting knocked out gave the advantage to the side of Team TSG to get the knock. And if Kutty Gokul was finished off at the early moments itself, it would have been for them. But Legend going in for the push onto the side of Kutty Gokul, they had to pay the price that TSG had to lose one of the players, and he would just be getting knocked out and finished off. Made it difficult for him, Ritik, to be a solo man standing, but the double vector in his hand. But eventually, I like the way how Spidey was able to execute it. He put a glue wall in front of him. He made sure that Ritik does not have an angle on him, and eventually he just had his crosshairs adjusted so that whenever he pops up in front of him or he jumps around, he has the altitude advantage because the glue wall is put up on him. Ritik cannot come in from the back, so eventually he has to go take a longer rotation, take the zone damage also. And it's all up to coming up to calculated moves from the side of Spidey.
Well, correct 100% analyzation by the side of Red K, but I think I have one thing in my mind, the grenades by KG Spidey.
Well, yeah.
Those were the game changers.
Well, it's still... We can't actually predict upon the grenades because one grenade...
You saw 2 grenades.
Oh yeah, grenades. One of these grenades took down Legend.
Yeah.
Legend is one of the mans if you take down from the side of TSU.
Closing.
It's easier for you to dissect to the team. But it's time to look up into the matchup for the one last time for the Influencer Invitational match number 6. And it's going to be on the map of Bermuda. Looking at the teams, it's going to be GZ Army, Gaming Tamizhanl, FF Antaryami, Batch 99 Esports, Action Bolt Gaming, and Kutty Gokul. And on the second side, we're going to have Alpha Free Fire, PVS Gaming, Dev Alone, Hello Telugu Gamers, TSG Army, and Lokesh Gamer coming in.
So these are going to the 12 teams joining us for the last time for this day in the Influencer Invitation. And after this, we have to decide who is going to be the winner for the 50,000 rupees in a prize pool share of 1,80,000
rupees. 1,80,000 rupees at stake at this moment. It's time to look on to the predictions coming in from all the desks. I'm pretty much sure most of the predictions will be towards the side of PVS Gaming. I'm sure, but let's see, because the predictions can't be equaled up. I'm looking at a day when all the predictions will be on the same, but let's look at the grass prediction coming in from the Hindu desk, English desk, and looking at, I'm going in for Tamizhanl. Joining with me is going to be T18 Gaming from the Telugu desk, and I think all of you guys have a different opinion because Monesh is going with Devalone, Masab is going with Army, Mridal is going with Action Kapoor,
Action Bolt. Yeah.
Action Bolt, and at the same time Wallloop going in for PVS, Hotshot going in for Alpha Free Fire, and DK Official going in for HTG Hello Telugu Gamers. So majority is still on the side of TSG Army. TSG Army himself is casting at this moment. So I thought it was in the Telugu desk. Oh, no. So T18, sorry. T18. I read it as TSG Army. TT, yeah.
Yeah, but also talking about one thing here that TSG Army, they have 2 votes. One of the particular reasons I didn't know, but it is landing right because the previous Kalahari, right?
Yeah.
The previous Bermuda. Sorry for that.
Kalahari.
The previous Bermuda.
Okay, the previous Bermuda.
The previous Bermuda that happened in the match number 4, it was for the Action Bolt, right?
Yep.
They got the buoy number 4, and then you have the last match for the day. So I think the predictions would last good. But it is the time for the last game, the match number 6, going to come in front of our screens. Match number 6 of the Influence Invitational, day number 2 of the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series. We have our eyes on Kutty Gokul. The plane path is going to start from the Mars Electric, going towards the plantation, kind of dividing the map into 50-50.
All the players have joined, and so that comes up to say that this is going to be the fun fight to see against all the teams as we look on towards a dissecting plane path going right to the center, forming the blue zone over at Shipyard, giving the advantage to the side of teams like Army if they're gonna go in for Shipyard or Bullseye. Let's see which teams are opting in for that drop location. Going in towards Mars Electric, it's going to be TSM FTX versus... That's going to be Gaming Tamizhanl with all the 4 players who have landed there.
Okay.
It's going to be HTG also coming into action. It's there at a close range, and it's going to be Beast with the prize at this moment. Ametron goes in for a push. He spots the player Ting in front of him. He wants to go in for that knock with the sniper in his hand, but will he be able to execute it? He knows that the player is running Heather and Skether and spots him. And a ban comes in from Ting. Takes a knock onto Ametron. Ametron is right now. Is right now about to break his phone at this moment. I'm pretty much sure. A ban kill being executed at this moment, and Ting is not able to save his teammate, and MG Beast will be taking off the prize. But a trade comes in, beautiful trade from the side of team, Gaming Tamizhanl.
A Ting fan. I think Ting got that frag. That was so good. Like, he was firing the shots from his LMG, if I'm right. That was an LMG. Like, firing those bullets with a good rate, but still, one shot from that pan on the head, and Ametron was out because there were no helmets, there were no vest with the hands of TSM and Action Bolt. One by one, Gaming Tamizhanl, they are doing the torture on them as they have been spotted, and now it's all into the hands of Action Bolt, the man himself.
Yeah, it's going to be the last kill. Last frag that they have to get in the name, and Alpha Free Fire getting eliminated to the other place. They got eliminated earlier than Team Action Bolt. That's something I missed out on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, coming to the side of HTG, they have 4 kills in the name. So that's a comes up to say that Alpha Free Fire just came up to fight against HTG, and they were clean wiped at this moment. When we talk about PVS, they are able to execute the kill onto the side of B99 and Patch 99 right now, suffering at the hands of PVS Gaming. The last player standing for Action Bolt is just gonna the man himself is gonna hold it out.
Oh,
just gonna
he's
not gonna give up his location, and I'm pretty much sure Shahir knows that there's a player outside. He's just gonna keep that cheeky angle. He's gonna hold that cheeky angle, and if he gets that knock, he'll be able to finish onto the side of Shahir at this point.
Well, look at that. GC Army also going to engage against Team Devalone. So we have 4 more teams fighting with each other, and Promate, NXT the CM, the Clutch Master is going to get 2 frags with the help of MP40, and now you have 1 more team out of the game at 11th spot.
That's just 3 minutes into the match, and 2
Only 3
slots
minutes.
have already left us, already finished off at this moment.
15
as
players.
As we talk about the last match point standings, let's look upon it, because I'm pretty much sure it's going to be TSG Army at the top, even being finished off at the second place with 33 points at the top. Kutty Gokul at the second place with 32. Devalone at the third with 28. Action Bolt at the fourth with 23, and PVS at the 5th with 18.
Well, talking about the 6th spot, you have FF Antaryami with 14, Bash 99 with 13 at 7th, Lokesh Gamer with 12 at 8th, GG Army with 6 at 9th, Gaming Tamizhanl with 6 points at 10th, and now you have one more fight. I think so there was a reason behind point standings going off pretty fast because you have fights incoming back to back, and now you have Team FF Antaryami Legend and Vihan getting 2 knocks on them, and Vihan is going to confirm his kill. Now one more frag in the open, Vishesh has been knocked out as Vihan is ready with his XM8 and he's ready for that kill.
He's gonna get that kill in his name eventually because Legend comes in from the back, gets that kill. Confirmation onto the side of Antaryami Gaming. Antaryami Gaming suffering right now at the hands of TSG. 2 kills already in the name of TSG. Comes up to say that they are back in the action. Action Bolt comes into action.
Action Bolt
and he's able to take a knock, but he won't be able to put a finish onto the side of Team Gaming Tamizhanl. Coming back to the side of PVS. 3-man still standing. I see Shiv, Yogi and Nobita. I'm pretty much sure that all the players are still here. They're gonna use the launchers and eventually team up again. And I'm pretty much sure they are at a very close proximity.
Oh, okay.
I can see him flying to his death because it's going to be TSG Army just in front of him coming up. So let's see if he's able to make back and regroup with his teammate as Shiv gets spotted on by Farfrost, and Farfrost will be taking that kill also onto the side of Shiv. And B99 is right now. Batch 99 is playing with 2 players. 2-man standing. I'm shocked how this match is turning out at this moment because Nobita gets a knock onto the side of Ojasvi. Key player down from the side of Team TSG. A nade being cooked in from the side of PVS. Yogi can do a damage. And the trade comes in. A knock and a trade. Perfect gameplay coming in from the side of PVS. The last player standing is gonna play for his life, or will he come to revive his only teammate in this match?
I think so the animation was too slow for us casters because the grenade already landed in and then he got that knock before he got taken out. So a good trade from his side, right?
Yeah, a good trade coming in from his side, and it's going to be Prahas finished off at this moment. Meanwhile, Eco spots out now Vihan out in the open. The vehicle has been taken down, so I'm pretty much sure that Ojasvi died from the vehicle blast or had taken damage from it, and Vihan was able to execute it. Or it was Yogi who was able to execute it, if I'm correct. But coming to the side of Lokesh Gamer, engaging that fight against Easy Army. Rahul Obi pays the price. Promith is still standing. Promith might be pushed on at this moment. As we look onto the side of Vishal, the spots next, the CM in front of him. Will the Clutch Master be able to execute this clutch? Because he's able to get a knock onto him. Meanwhile, will be traded off by Shino coming in from the back. Promith tries to land some shots onto him. 2 players down from the side of LR, but the revive comes in from Shino. And next, the CM is going to be finished off in the next few seconds, as Promith is going to be the solo man standing for his team, and he's running for his life at this moment with 32 HP still standing. And he does not have any first aids on him. He wants to go in and fly far away from the side of Team Lokesh Gamer. He's gonna use the launchers if it's still there, but no, eventually gets spotted, and Vishal is going to put an end to the side of Promith at this moment, and that's going to be Lokesh Gamer right now with 3 kills in the name, putting an end to GZ Army at the 9th position. 8 teams still standing, 23 players still alive, with the first zone just closing in, the second zone about to be formed in the next few minutes.
You know, I felt so bad for GZ Army Promith. He had the treatment gun, but he cannot use it on himself. Yeah. Talking about Team Lokesh Gamer, they are having 3 kills at this moment, and only 7 minutes. We have lost 4 scores out of the game, and half of the lobby is out of the server. Wow. Team TSG Army, they have got around 2 kills, losing out one of the players, one of the most key players, that is going to be Ojasvi. And now Team PVS took a launcher, landed straight in front of Team TSG. Well, they perfectly handled it, but now Eco, he would be choosing that launcher to just go quite fast, towards the front and towards the edge of the zone, because they aren't looking for a center circle rotation.
Well, they're going for another launcher and taking in for a longer rotation and going into the fight against Team B99 and TSG, where B99 Farfrost is going to be the last player standing from the side of Batch 99, and TSG with his 3-man standing. PVS Yogi knows that there's a squad in front of him. He has finally landed, and he's going to stay at the bottom of the crane. He's not going to expose this location, heal up to his full potential, calls his teammate for this backup, and will be engaged in that fight outside the zone, in the blue zone at this moment. When we look onto the zone, no teams at the southern side. I think Gaming Tamizhanl is going to be the southernmost side team we'll be seeing at this moment, where they will be holding off at near Poichnok, if I'm correct, near Peak and Poichnok. They're just gonna hold it out there. Meanwhile, it's going to be Kutty Gokul right now holding off at Cape Town, and HTG taking a leave from them.
Well, STG, they do know the importance to leave at the perfect time, because look at this. 3 teams on the shipyard. Well, you do know that you have the blue tier loot, but it is outside the zone. You are going to take the zone damage and then go for the fights. Well, look at Legend having a lot of HP damage, and then the zone is going to be the MVP having a 10 to 15 HP damage on you. Talking about Yogi taking a lot of damage on the Rithik side, and only 15 to 20 HP was remaining from his side, but no. Okay, Rithik is having a good spot as Legend gets taken on from Bash 99 Farfrost. The man with the flanks at the perfect spot.
And as we look onto Vihan, he just wants to hold it out onto the side of PVS. Nades being spammed in from the side of Yogi is gonna deal some damage onto the side of Team TSJ. Legend is back on his 5th. PVS Nubita wants to go in for the push. Iko comes in from the back. Rithik is going to be the man who's gonna pause them and put a pause onto the push coming in from the side of PVS. Yogi comes in with a close range angle. Tries to get a knock onto the side of Vihan, but has to eventually fall back because of the damage he's taking from the zone. And eventually the zone will be taking most of the damage and try to get the knock. But it's going to be a nade popped in from the side of one of the players, and Nubita getting knocked out at this moment gives an opening. TSG Legend has been traded off at this moment. Iko comes in from the back. Rithik is trying to take a knock, but Rithik will be traded off. The last player standing for TSG is going to be Vihan, who is eventually taken down by Yogi. Yogi with 4 kills in his name, almost 7 kills in the name with the last 2 men standing. They lost a player here at the fight against TSG, but eventually will be moving into the zone from the side of Shipyard.
Well, the MVP, Yogi got 4 frags this round, and now they are going for the next circle. Well, they do have a launcher near about the shipyard area, but that's too far. And Farfrost, I don't think so, is looking for that rotation, because look at the zone going towards the mill. I think so. I'm seeing this for the first time after the league stage and the wild card, that the zone is forming near about the mill and the keratin.
Well, that's a different zone to be seen for sure as we talk about the side of LR, that's Lokesh Gamer. They're running very much out in the open. They'll have to watch out for HTG coming in from the back. They do have an height advantage at this moment, but spotting will be something they'll have to watch out for, because one of the players getting knocked out will give an opening for HTG to come in for the push, as Shahid wants to summon an airdrop, but he decides not to do the same and exposing his location. And if he does it, it will probably be exposing his location. Shivam just holding it out on the top. It's going to be Shino, Kutty, Gokul. That's going to be KG. Kutty Gokul also at a very close range. So LR has to be really careful at this moment, because if Shino is out, Shino is very much out in the open. You can look at him.
Eco, no.
How did 2 of the players fall to the net from the side of HTG? Sniper comes in from the back, gonna give the revive to his teammate at this moment.
Well, that was a big fall to take upon for, and A35 took that kind of strategy in his mind that he would be going for that run, but yes, he fall to death, but he had his player to revive him. Might be he didn't have his player for that moment. Talking about Team Hello Telugu Gamers, they have got 4 frags. They're in the zone. They have a perfect spot. They just need to hold the perfect position, and they might be the winners of this game, because look at the spot, right? It is kind of the center of the circle, not for Hello Telugu Gamers, but the team in front of them. And then I have kind of seen the zone landing right where Team LR7 and Team Kutty Gokul are holding.
Well, when we come to the side of Vishal, he wants to go in for the push. He'll have to be really careful when he comes in against the side of Kutty Gokul, because Kutty Gokul was able to execute the Boya in the previous match. So this time it's going to be Shino holding his sniper. He's just waiting for someone to come out. His crosshair is already adjusted there. He spots Spidey, lands a shot, but he does not get a knockout to him. I'm pretty much sure he'll try to land one more shot before Spidey goes in back, and he'll be able to give a knock on to him. Is right now almost able to do that. No, he missed that shot, and Kutty Gokul makes it back into the shelter. He's going to be able to regroup with his team and leave for a few moments before taking the fight into the zone. Eventually.
Shino got 3 players in the open from the side of Hello Telugu Gamers, and he missed that chance. Well, I think he was making his teammates ready for the fight, because that was too open for him too. When 4 players fire the shots on you, you know how vulnerable you are at your spot. Talking about Team Kutty Gokul, they are on the lower edge where they don't have that position. But a good UAV coming from the side of Team LR7, as they have revealed the positions of Team Hello Telugu Gamers, how exactly and at which exact position they are holding.
Well, they'll have to keep on moving, because the legs are exposed at this moment, and it's going to be Storm taking the advantage of the same, trying to get some knocks. They'll have to be really careful because of the cheeky angles coming in from the side of HTG. He's gonna do a lot of damage onto the side of LR. Shino tries to get up onto the top of the truck, takes some damage, comes back down, and is like, teammates, I need that backup. LR7 is the only team inside the zone, if you had watched it, and it's going to be the 3rd zone that will be closing in the next 55 seconds. and the fourth zone will be formed up in a few moments. Nade's been flanked on to the side of LR, and it's going to be HTG almost vulnerable at this moment because the red zone, the danger zone can do deal a lot of damage onto the side of Team HTG at this moment as A35 gets spotted on. Shivam comes in for the backup. Meanwhile, there's AY, that's Antaryami Gaming coming in from the back. Will be spotting off Team LR7 any moment right now. It's a longer flank coming in from the side.
Oh, that danger!
I told it.
Yeah, you told it right. The danger zone, if you don't accept it, if you don't obey it, it would deal damage too. And with that, the player just got taken down from that bomb. He was confirmed the side of Shahid with that Groza. Yeah, he was confirmed from that Groza. Talking about the danger zone, it is over now. And now a fight is going to engage between Gaming Tamizhanl and Team Kutty Gokul, where only 2 players are surviving from Gaming Tamizhanl.
Well, Gaming Tamizhanl and MG Shahir and Mahesh Gaming is just going to hold it out as Kutty Gokul comes in with a close range. And Gaming Tamizhanl is able to execute some beautiful damage onto side. Kutty Gokul, 2 players are knocked out at this moment. It's up to the side of Mahesh Gaming. He gets a third knock. Will he be able to pull a 1v4 at this moment? Because it's just up to Spidey to pull it out. Because aimbot gets finished off. Tempest Tower is almost about to be taken down at this moment. But GT Army, it's going to be Spidey coming in from the back, trying to get the revive, and he will be able to take down the last player. He'll be able to take down the last player standing from the side of Gaming Tamizhanl and revive both of his teammates back into action, and will be losing one of his teammates at this moment. A quicker move from the side of Spidey could have helped him save all the 4 teammates, but he was somewhere lurking in the back, making sure that Gaming Tamizhanl did not escape from that compound.
Well, the zone is going away from that bridge because right now, look at the spot of Team LR7. Even if they don't have that perfect spot to hold upon, even if they don't have that high-end bridge, still, they have caught the players Shahid on that right-hand side ridge. Chino gets knocked by that AWM on STG A35 as Eco confirms his kill with that grenade. The man with the grenades, Yogi, and the Eco is outside the zone having a fight against team number 4. Now, Team STG, Hello Telugu Gamers, only 2 players remaining. Shahid drops off on that perfect position where he got a knock and he confirmed that kill. But no, Vishal in the open. Vishal would be taking that knock on Teja. And now, A35 is the lone player surviving as KG, Kutty Gokul are also just wanting to be there, just wanting them to be there at their position. Shivam just running in and he saw that foot, he saw the foots of the A35, and yes, with the headshots connecting, Team HG Esports, Hello Telugu Gamer Esports are the game at the 6th spot.
The last 5 teams standing with the 4th zone closing in at this moment, with the 5th zone about to be formed in the next few seconds, and Antaryami is going to the last place standing for FF. Antaryami, Eco comes in, Yogi comes in, they're gonna go in for the bush, and
wow,
it's going to be Antaryami Esports being put a full stop onto them, and it's going to be the maximum number of kills on the side of PVS Gaming with 9 players still alive. As we look on to Team PVS still alive, Kutty Gokul still alive, B99, that's Badge 99, and LR, Lokesh Gamer still into action. Lokesh Gaming looking strong with all the 4 players still standing as we stalk up onto the side of Kutty Gokul with 3 players. Tempest, Spidey, and Gokul, the people who took the match in the previous round, but Eco and Yuki are much more stronger than all these 4 players. Let's see if they are able to pull out 2v4 against all these teams, because it's almost a 2v8 situation against them, because they'll have to fight against all these teams eventually while making it towards the zone, as the zone advantage is on to the side of Lokesh Gamer at this moment. Eco comes up, pops up a glue wall in front of him. Meanwhile, it's going to be LR7 Shahid pouring lead onto the side of Eco. They'll have to be really careful while making it. The last player of Batch 99 getting spotted off at this moment by the side of Yogi is being taken down, and Batch 99 finishes off at the 4th position. Last 3 squads standing. Let's see who takes it home as the 5th zone is about to close in the 15 seconds, and the 6th zone about to be formed up in front of us.
Well, now it's only 3 squads remaining. That is going to be a 3
kills.
Whoa, 10 kills for PVS Gaming, but still the man advantage by the side of Lokesh Gamer. It's looking good for them, but I think so it's too late. Still, I think if they can get 1 booyah, they can be in the top 5 today. LR7 Vishal with that top 5, a good trade from Yogi. PVS, only 1 player surviving. That is going to be Yogi, barely 1 HP as he was going to try, but he is getting taken down. And now it's a 4 versus 3 against Kutty Gokul, where 2 players are knocked out from LR7. They are rushing in. Shino from the right hand side, Shiva from the left hand side, and Kutty Gokul is against them.
And Shino, the off angle that he held, I was speaking about this. This is a man you have to watch out for, because the way he keeps himself away from the squads, he's able to execute the kills. Right now, looking at 2 kills in the side of Kutty Gokul. They'll have to be really careful when it comes to a close range against the side of LR, and at the same time, KG has been eliminated. It's Mealy coming in from the side of Shivam. He's able to execute the kill and easy booyah for the side of Lokesh Gamer. Your prediction coming out true in this match.
Well, I think Lokesh Gamer was a good prediction from each and every caster side if they picked them. And yes, they did it in the last match. Last but not the least.
Well, I am pretty much sure that Lokesh Gamer is somewhere in the top 5, but I'm not sure if they're in the top 3 because the first match did not turn out in the favor. The third match did not turn out in the favor. The third match did turn out in the favor. The second did not. The first and second did not. So eventually we'll have the overall point cohorts coming in, but it's time to look up onto the highlights of the last match of the day. That's match number 6 of the Influencer Invitational, and this will be putting an end to the day. But let's look up on the highlights and look where it all started, where it all went wrong for the teams, and which teams were able to execute the kills onto the other teams, and which are the action that we mixed out on this time. When it started, it was Action Bolt who paid it was Action Bolt who paid most of the prize. It was the pan shot coming in from the side of Ting. He was able to execute the maximum number of kills for his team, but eventually Team Gaming Tamizhanl were not able to make it towards the top 10 or top 5.
Top 5, yeah, exactly. And talking about Team TSG Army, they were fragging out throughout the game. PVS do play surviving. There was a reason behind that because PVS were going with their strategy, what they love. They love to go for the third parties. They love to go just fight against each and every team they want to have a fight against, and therefore they lost 2 of their most important players. Look at that frag. Storm got taken out from the bomb, and then it was Shahid just confirming with the Groza spray. Such an easy kill, right?
Well, HTG had their positioning at a very wrong position. They could have gone towards the zone pretty much early, but it was very hard for them when it comes to the side of PVS. Last player standing, you get 1 HP. He tried to pull a 1v3, but eventually was not able to make it. And Kutty Gokul, it was a bit indecisive for them because they forgot that there's a player Shinno from Lokesh Gamer holding all the way out in the open, and this player, they were all pushing in. Shinno had an opening. He gave an opening for his teammate. The second knock comes in. They just go in for the push, and that's an end to the side of Team Kutty Gokul, and it's going to be Team
Lokesh
Gamer taking home the booyah in this time. Yeah.
Well, this was the last game of the day and the last game of the Influencer Invitational that we had. A prize pool of 1,80,000, and we are really excited for the overall standings. But before that, I think talking about the whole day, starting with Gaming Tamizhanl and ending with Lokesh Gamer.
And middle, there were so many indecisive gameplays coming in, indecisive moments coming in, where I thought TSG will be taking a multiple, but they were able to take in one. Then there was a booyah coming in from the side of Action Bolt also, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And then every team did get a booyah. Like, they tried
half
their
of
best.
the teams, right?
Half of the teams got a booyah. So 6 teams getting booyah, 6 teams keeping up the consistency, and some of the teams not even able to come out of the shell, getting finished off in the first 3 minutes itself. So somewhere it comes up to say that the overall point table standings is gonna affect them, and let's see who's gonna take home the prize pool, the first prize of 50k.
Well, I think I have a thing in my mind. What went wrong for Badge 99? Because in Kalahari map, Badge 99 and LR7 was one of the key fights, right?
Yeah.
In each and every Kalahari, they were fighting off on shrines. But the last Kalahari that we witnessed, and that was the match number 5. If I'm right? It was the match number 5.
Yeah.
And in that match, no one was at the shrines. No one was at the peak in the last match.
In the match number 5, everyone took a different drop location. Nobody wanted to get in that early skirmishes, because when it comes to a prize pool of 1,80,000, obviously it's gonna matter for a single day. You're just getting it for a single day. So come up to say that if you had been paying this for much more days, then it could have been like the total prize pool of the Snapdragon Free Fire Pro Series. That's 30 lakhs again. The finals is going to be held on 23rd and 24th of October. That's going to be the next Saturday and Sunday. Mark your calendars. Get a day off if you are at work. If you are at school, I'm probably sure it's a Saturday and Sunday are going to be holidays for you. It's going to be eventually the night time. Convince your parents that it's going to be the finals, and you have to stick tuned to your phones.
Well, now it's time for the overall point standings for the Influencer Invitational day number 2, where each and every team did their best. But now we are going to see the results for that. Who is going to be the winner of the Influencer Invitational Classic matches? TSG Army with 160 points.
PVS at the second place with 134. Kutty Gokul at the third with 128. PVS not able to execute any booyah, but still 134 at the second. Comes up to say that the kill points does matter for them. 64 kill points mattering for them, but at the same time, looking at Lokesh Gamer coming at the fourth place with 60 kill points again at the 107 with the fourth place. Batch 99 at the fifth with 104, and Action Bolt at the sixth with 100. Looking at the bottom, it's going to be Alpha Free Fire with 50. Alpha Free Fire was not able to execute it. It was
No.
going to be Action Bolt. Yes, Action Bolt was able to execute it. But yeah, I'm correct. So Hello Telugu Gamers also will be moving on without any Booyah. FF Antaryami and they alone also will be moving out without Booyah. So Gaming Tamizhanl getting finished off early. One Booyah won the name, still did not help them. They got finished off early in some of the rounds and still GZ Army making it to the top with the maximum kill points.
I think there is a reason behind Gaming Tamizhanl being at the 8th spot. They managed to get a Booyah in the first game, but still they were not able to maintain that consistency. And for me, I got 4 out of 6 matches correct.
Yeah, 4 predictions coming in. So that comes up to say that
Thank
he
you.
has
Thank you.
learned up the gameplay. He has upped his game. And at the same time, let's look on to the facts. I think somewhere TSG Army knew that they were at the top, even if
Yeah.
they had gotten that Booyah. If they had not gotten the Booyah also, it would have been easy for them. But let's talk about the third place. Kutty, Gokul. And in the match, in the Kalahari match, they were able to execute it perfectly easy in the name. But if they had executed another Booyah in this match, they could have been in the third place. And looking at the third place, Kutty Gokul taking home rupees 25,000. You can find them on Instagram at kutty_gokul.yt and on YouTube as Gaming with Kutty Gokul at the same time.
Well, this was their social media handle, so make sure you follow them. But now it's about the second place. PVS Gaming without any booyahs, but being consistent with the kills and
the
with the
placement
third parties and the placement points. Well, I was going to talk about the third parties because PVS Gaming is famous for that. But the placement points are going to deal a lot of damage for PVS Gaming as they finish on the second place in the Influence Invitational, having a total prize pool share of 30,000 rupees. You can find them on Instagram at PVS_gaming and on YouTube at PVS Gaming.
Well, at the same time, coming to PVS Gaming, they knew that their rotations were perfect.
Yeah.
They could have executed a Booyah, but at the last moment, at a very low HP, it was very difficult for him. It's against the side of team. It was Lokesh Gamer. And going for the first place, TSG Army with 50,000 rupees. Two-sided gamers will be taking it home. You can find them on Instagram as two-sided gamers at the rate two-sided gamers and on YouTube as two-side gamers.
Two-side gamers. TSG Army, the fans will be happy and their performance, they will be happy with their performance because they have got a total of 50,000 in their hands playing for just one day. Previously they won it against...
Well, it's very easy for them. So I think they took home 20k also in the
previous
Clash
one.
exactly.
Also against Lokesh Gamer.
70k for them,
70K.
easy 70k already. And they are in the finals also. So the finals is gonna start on the 23rd of October. It's going to be 2 days. And we have something spiced up and special for you in the finals, which won't be revealed at the moment. All you need to go is follow Snapdragon Conquest on their social media handles. That's going to be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You have to follow, subscribe, and wherever they are to stay updated. There will be a lot of giveaways also for the finale. But let's see how it turns out.
Well, it was an amazing day. All the booyahs coming in the hands, but we had our top 3. TSG Army, second for PVS Gaming, and the last but not the least, it was Gaming.
It was
Gaming with Kutty Gokul.
Yeah,
and yes, it is done. So now thank you so much guys for joining in. We'll be seeing you in the grand finals on the 23rd of October. So make sure you join in the stream. Make sure you like the stream and subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back. Bye-bye guys. Take care. Peace out.
Mark your calendars also.
Yeah.